Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the War for Wildemount. This is totally as planned, and just as an update, we won't be having a game next Wednesday, since I will be gone out of state. But let's go ahead and jump right into tonight's episode. So, our heroes have traveled far to the city of Nicodranus, where you all have tracked Nahon. Knowing that he would be at his old hideout, Amari, he showed everyone the way through the city. And along the way, you all had encountered Sir Evan Cade and a few other of Lord Baccus' knights. Markus had asked for help in the apprehension of Nahon, and they had agreed. Once everyone had gotten to Nahon's, while it's posted up and gotten ready. And as Amari and Nahon had conversed, kind of changing a lot of the plans that everyone had made, another party entered the whole factor. On the rooftop, Lesya and Markus encountered another group trying to attack Nahon. And in the chaos, the rooftop was attacked, and the knights, Lord Baccus' knights, were then in a frenzy trying to catch Nahon, who had jumped out of the balcony with Amari. As the dust finally settled, the third party ran, and Nahon and Amari had gotten away, with Nahon just disappearing right in front of your eyes and in your hands, literally, Markus. You just stare in the open space where he was, and you just kind of like hear the heavy breathing of everyone around you.
I almost died.
And Lesya had almost died, yes. Which was no bueno.
It was close. That crit failed death save, man.
But as you all are just scattered about, catching your breath from the chaos that had just ensued, what do you all wish to do?
Markus, he was holding Nahon and slamming his gauntlet fisted hand into his face, and then he suddenly disappeared. The only thing he could see was his friend his name again? Sir Evan.
Right.
He was just staring at him suddenly. He would be like, "Where is he? Where is he? Evan, where is he?
He was just in front of you. Where did he go?"
He steps up and grabs him by the collar. "Where is he?"
"I don't know. He was right in front of me."
"Damn it!" And he looks behind him, starts to look for someone. "Amari, go find that thief. Go find Amari. Go find that traitor." And he turns him around and he pushes him off. And grabs grabs the soldier next to him and pushes him off towards where he last saw Amari. "Go find him!"
They all just start running, and immediately they're pretty terrified since you just picked Evan up. And they just start running down the street, going around the large barrier on the street, down the other way, going a long way around.
Lesya's gonna look up to Mayette. Does she need help getting back down?
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah, you can provide help for her.
I will try. I'm like only providing like one arm though, because the other one's still kind of holding my wound on my side from where it was a through and through.
Gut wound.
Yeah.
Make an acrobatics check with advantage, Sierra.
Oh, Lord. Well.
Oh.
That works as you successfully just plop right back down with Lesya's help. Lesya kind of hurt you a little bit as she just plopped down.
Yeah. I just kind
What?
of grimace a little bit, but don't say anything. Does not sound like things went well over, and I kind of like motion over this way.
No, probably not, but I remember I told you all you don't get to die on me.
The enemy had different plans, it seems. Speaking of which, I found something on one of them. I think you might have an idea on who it belongs to. I show her the seal on that letter I found.
The seal on the letter that was on the bandits, is that correct?
Yeah, it was on this guy.
Do you know much Menagerie Coast history?
Depends.
Roll a
Study it.
roll a history at disadvantage. Let's say just you might know you haven't been born in the area, and new trading guilds come up all the time.
Drum rolls kicking in.
Oh, that hurts.
No.
Look familiar.
No, I'm not really sure what that is.
See, I thought it might have belonged to that count you mentioned earlier.
Oh, no, I never actually, strangely enough, I never really looked at all the letters he sent me to go deliver to people on the streets. It's kind of, just one of those things you don't really do. You know?
I see. Well,
Something with horses and gifts, I don't know.
regardless, the letter mentioned that they were looking for a red tiefling here. So whoever sent them knew he was here. And what he had, probably.
Well, I was feeling like we were being watched for some time. Maybe we led them here.
It's possible.
Probably Nahon is around.
So Markus comes around the corner. Lesya!
What?
What happened up there? What did you hear?
Oh, she probably heard me screaming at her.
I am not talking to you.
Alright,
What
at this
happened
point,
in that
Tyler,
meeting up there?
I'm hiding on the roof.
They talked. Amari tried to find out what Nahon was thinking. And they jumped out the window.
Why?
They did not say.
Probably planned this all along. He gave him the crystal from the first place. And now, I am going to find them both. They're gonna be punished.
He just kind of raises an eyebrow. Amari is not really the long-term planning type.
So that happened just spontaneously, didn't it? That is hard
I
to
do
believe.
not. Well, I do not know.
Where could
Yuriel, you're. Oh, sorry.
Where could they have gone? And he looks at Mayette and Lesya now.
The only time I have ever been down here is when we were here last time, and we only went to Lord Baccus's place. I do not know anywhere else in the city.
But
Never been here.
anywhere else, outside the city, maybe.
Not that I can think of.
Must be somewhere. This is not good.
You are just watching Sir Markus kind of run around and a little panicked. Darminicus, you are hiding.
On the roof, yeah.
Once you hear them kind of quiet down, what do?
I peek my head out. And is Lesya still in the street?
Yes.
I try to wave at her. Just I don't know if she can. I don't know. No.
Want me to make a perception to see if I can see that? Because
No. I'll do a slight. Like, see
Oh.
if I can get hearing.
Good luck.
Get me? Sure, I guess I'll make a check.
No, I meant not
Oh,
you. I meant
Lesya.
Lesya.
you're talking about Lesya.
Yeah.
11. Probably not. Marcus is very loud right now.
Yeah, you kind of don't.
And
Yeah,
honestly, I'm
really
kind of scared of that and a confrontation, so that's why I'm hiding. Honestly. Okay. I want to try to avoid that main street by going a really long way around, stealthily, try to get back into Nahon's hideout building. Trying to avoid Marcus.
All right, make an acrobatics check to kind of like cross over on one of these stone archways and put yourself on the other side.
All right.
And you successfully just get up there and balance yourself over the stone arch, get yourself on the rooftop right before anybody notices. And as that is happening, and you go inside, Yuriel, what are you doing?
Uriel has pretty much watched Marcus storm past. His eyes wide, honestly, he's kind of shaky. He's afraid of Marcus. It's pretty clear, although no one's watching him. He's just kind of like his back press is against the wall, seeing what he did and the panic and rage in his eyes. He's just kind of standing there for a little bit, kind of watching Marcus talk with the two, and at some point, yeah, he's gonna trying to avoid Marcus's notice. He'll try to get back onto the rooftop where he and Darminicus were.
Okay.
As Uriel, I actually do have this, so I guess it wouldn't be a problem.
Alright. Cool.
Because of my subclass.
Nice.
Yeah, you're able to climb up there, no problem. Make yourself up there, and then you're able to. Once you're on top of that roof, you look over and you see Darminicus on the other side, and you kind of follow suit. So make a acrobatics check to crawl across the arch. Sorry. Or would you wish to do?
I'm not gonna follow him. I'm just gonna watch him, kind of trying to figure out what exactly he's doing.
Okay. As you're up there, you see him enter the building, and you also look down the street, and you see a group of Zalezo start making their way towards where you guys are at.
Oh no. I will. Where the heck did I put my Oh, there it is. I will decide to get the group's attention, and by the group I mean Lesya, Mayette, and Markus. I have a little like hand-sized bell that I pull out of my pack, and I start ringing, not extreme, but enough to try to get their attention, get at least one of them to look over, and I kind of gesture in the direction of the Zalezo, and then I just kind of dip out of sight from the rooftop because I don't want to deal with that.
Ding, 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 ding.
You're able, Lesya, you pick on that before anybody else with your.
Okay.
Amazing.
Sorry, my Discord and internet kind of shut
Oof.
out, so I missed some of that.
Oh, that's
Okay.
no worries.
Back in. So,
Sorry.
Yeah, so what Yuriel is currently doing is he's back on the rooftop where Darminicus was, and he notices Zalezo coming around the corner, so he's going to ring a little hand-sized bell to get your attention and then point in that direction, and then he's going to try to hide.
okay, so basically,
He's letting you know of the Zalezo coming.
okay. Can I see them from where I'm at?
Yeah, you look over, and they're they're a few blocks down the way, making their way towards you all.
Right. The Selezo are on the way.
Here now?
I kind of point in their direction.
Yeah,
Still
you see
holding
them.
onto my side.
You see them as well, Markus.
Be here when they show up.
So Markus is looking really nervous now.
What do you guys do?
I'm going to need some time to recover my wounds.
Lesya, can you run?
Maybe. Not well.
Well, I really don't want to explain why Lesya is all covered in blood to a bunch of guards.
Right, now they're talking. We tell them that we got attacked. And they can find the bodies up there.
Is through.
As the Zalezo reach you guys, there's about 4 of them. They're decently armed, as they have a few scimitars at their side. And the one that comes up, he has a khopesh. And he has a little turban on his head, but he is a dragonborn. He makes his way over and kind of looks at you all. And he has no tail as well. When he walks up, he looks at you all. What is happening?
Greetings.
What is this? Name?
So Markus
Less.
Markus Locke. Lesya.
Of the Silver Vigil.
Vigil. Yours.
Mayette Rodbren.
Right. What happened here? We heard there was an attack.
There was.
Some men on the roof shot at me and one stabbed me in the back a few times.
We got 2 of them. Rest fled. You can find the bodies up there.
Sir Markus Locke. Excuse me. Sir Markus Locke. You work for Lord Baccus.
That's right.
What is Lord Baccus' business doing out here? Being attacked by the ruffians, it looks to be.
We were just minding our own business. We got attacked. That's what happened.
Roll a deception check.
Oh lord.
Shit. I have a -1 in that.
Well
Get
then.
in that fucking 20. Oh.
Attacked, you say? You find any evidence of these bandits or brigands?
He looks at Lesya.
There was a letter with a seal on it. Did not mark us as the targets, though.
Let me see the letter.
I'll show him the letter.
You said it paints Marcus as the target.
I said it doesn't paint us as the target. It just mentions a red tiefling.
Reads the paper. Kind of looks at it.
You two, go check.
And like the two Zalezo just start running up the stairs, going on the top of the roofs, and the other two just stay back and look at you all.
We're going to call some superiors. We're gonna get them over to look at the situation. This is very strange.
It is strange indeed. You can identify them. Will be a big help.
Yes, I would like to know who tried to kill me.
If this has to also do with Lord Baccus's assassination attempt as well, then we will try to help out. For now, stay here. We will call medical assistance for you all.
Much appreciated, but much appreciated.
And kind of looks you guys a little bit, but he looks a little. He seems a little He's not convinced, and he's putting the other guy on watch now as he goes off, and kind of like you can kind of see him talking, cast a spell, and then start talking to himself.
While I was handing off the letter, I made sure to get a good look at the seals just so I could describe it in case I need to.
Okay. Yeah, you
bring
were
that
able
up.
to remember it.
Okay. Yeah.
You guys wait there for a little bit as the Zalezo guard comes back over.
All right. We will have our men come over and take a look at what is happening. Our commander as well. He will also let Lord Baccus know.
Wait, I'll speak to Lord Baccus about that. It's fine.
He seems a little confused and says, all right. Cannot help if the commander already contacts him. But I will not say anything.
Thank you. Let them. Some of them fled. Have you seen anyone running through the streets?
No, we did not see anybody running to the streets.
I have my men chase them down. In case we find them, we can interrogate them with your men.
Where are your men now?
They are chasing the suspects.
All right.
And he starts walking away. With the other Zalezo guard just a little bit, like 30 feet away, but still keeping an eye on you all, but he seems to be talking to him.
I don't think that he kind of whispers to Mayette and I don't think they believe us.
Not all the way.
I want him to talk to
Yeah.
Lord Baccus.
I think it's a little too late for that.
Need to convince them to let us go. We can go retrieve the crystal before summoned.
I look over to Mayette. Do you have any more healing left in you? I'd rather not get caught up in medical. from them.
Yeah, yeah, hang on. I'm just gonna like walk over to her, place my. I don't have to. I'm just gonna stare a little bit, like walk over closer to her, be like, ameliorate.
Whoa. What are you
No, it's all right, Sergeant. He is helping her. He's tending to her
I
wound.
might not look lolly, but I am a cleric.
doing? All right.
I just give her a nod of thanks.
You're feeling better now.
Yes. She's standing up a little bit straighter.
+4.
All right. And as you are healing Lesya, you guys are continuing the conversation. Yuriel, you're watching Darminicus. You watch Darminicus.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm cutting it out. And as Darminicus, you had entered into the building. You enter it, and you can see an open kind of like balcony with like some curtains just kind of flowing from the wind or the ocean breeze. And it's a very tight-knit little spot where they are, and it seems to be like a little storage place and also like an abandoned little storage room that seemed to be caved in a little bit and kind of rebuilt, but nobody really kind of took to it, so it seems like hermits kind of go to it sometimes. But as you look around, what do you wish to do?
I want to find. I want to search for any sort of hidden compartments in this room.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Make sure everything's on normal and investigate. Investigation.
You look around and you find a hatch that just is underneath a crate. Once you saw it, and you tried to open the hatch, though, however, and it seemed locked from the other side.
Can I make a mental note? Like so it goes down.
Yeah, there's like a shop that's right below you all.
Okay. And the flooring, is it like is there any cracks or anything that I can peer through the hatch?
Yeah, with that investigation, you're able to find a big enough crack, kind of like a little bit next to it. You go back down and you peek your eye through. Make a perception check.
Perception.
Your eye through, and you look, and you see nothing. Just a storage room. It seems to be. It's pretty dark and drabby as well. Not very clean.
I look around the room, and then I peer my head outside. Who's out there now? I know from memory it's Markus, Mayette, and Lesya. Is anyone else out there?
It's when you peer your head and you see two Zalezo kind of off, talking to themselves and looking at the three of them. And you start to hear footsteps coming from behind you.
Are they at the door or?
They're pretty close. What do you do?
Can I close? Can I close the door like silently?
Yeah. Yeah, you should make a stealth roll first.
Yeah.
Right, you kind of
One of the day.
start to make your way over. And you begin to try to close the door. And as you kind of like notice there's a little hole like off to the side near the door, and you can see them pass by, and you hear them say, "Come out, whoever you are."
In no hesitation, I walk out. I open the door. And, can I help you?
What's going on?
I don't know. I was scared. I heard shooting and death, and I look around. Can I see the bodies?
They're outside on the roof,
Okay.
so they're not in the room at all.
No, but like,
But
Can
then
I-
you can. Oh, sorry.
can I turn my head and see the body or no? Like,
No, you can.
Okay.
But yeah, you can tell that there was. I mean, it's not far. It's just like right around it. I'd have to say. Maybe you can start to. You look over and you see. I think did he lop off a dude's head. I think you see just a head, just kind of like on the middle of the roof. So yeah.
So I put my hand on my mouth. I'm like, oh my god, it's
Just stay inside, sir. Stay inside. Says the tiefling Salazar. He just kind of looks at you. Roll a deception check with the Bane. Say that.
I figured.
Oh my god.
I got it.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
chanting nat 20 to myself.
Yes.
And it happened. I have powers.
Well,
Sir, well, since this is all pretty crazy, just stay inside, okay? We will handle all of this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't thank us. We're just guardsmen. We do our job every day. And he just like starts to close the door. Just stay there. He closes the door on you, and he starts to head over with his partner.
And then at the same time, I stick my ear on the wall as best I can to hear anything.
Put your ear on the wall. Roll a perception check. You start hearing their conversation, and the tiefling just starts telling the other guy, "I did not know he would just freak out like that. That was crazy. I mean, he's never seen a head before." And like the other guy's like, No, I don't think I've ever seen that before. You haven't grown up in places like this. Okay, come on, let's clean it up. And that's all you're able to hear as they kind of make their way off onto the rooftop.
I'm still looking about in the room. Okay, is there anything useful in the room? Anything that I could take with me?
No, this room's
Just
pretty
bare.
desolate.
Yeah. That's what I get for going to a bare room. All right. Well. I look out. Is Marcus calmed down a bit? Like physically, does he look calmed a bit?
Yeah. He tries
Yeah.
to look calm in front of them.
Well, best now is any time than ever. I grab all my gear and not alerting any of the Celestis that I saw beforehand. Try to gear around and go to to the group, sort of like hiding my face a bit. I don't know how.
Okay, you kind of like in horror, like, oh god, the bodies, and make your way down. They just kind of don't look. Just keep going the other way. Just go downstairs.
I mean, why? Why?
Just don't look. What is
Ah.
he doing? Jeez,
All right.
that kid.
I kind of when I walk up to the group, I mostly walk up to closer, just where like Lesya is standing, and then I ask, "Is everything all right?"
I've been better, but I've also been worse, so.
So Markus is
Sorry,
giving
I
you a
couldn't do
deep
much.
look. Just staring at you. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, good to know. So, because then my eyes are peering back and forth. I wish I was there sooner, or I could have done something more.
That's alright. Mayette healed me.
All right.
Temporarily. Are the guards still around?
Oh yeah,
Damn. All right.
they're just watching you guys.
Yeah.
They told you that they're waiting for backup and they want them to talk to you guys. Since they said that there was an assassination attempt on Lord Baccus recently, and if he's Lord Baccus's guy, this is all they don't know if this pertains to that.
Wait, while we were gone, or was it the attack on?
It's while you were gone.
Yeah, remember when me and Mayette found out about the letter and we
Yeah.
took it off the body? And yeah, then that's when we told Lord Baccus about something is coming for him. I don't know when, but
Some
so what are we sticking around for? I'd
They
say that's
won't.
mostly for Lesya.
They want to talk to us.
Shit.
So Markus takes a step to and whispers, "Did you see what they
The other people? Or Nahon?
Ari and Nahon?
No.
Amari is gone?
He's gone.
Yeah, and then I sort of stare at you in the eyes and I go, no, I don't know where they went.
He's giving you a deep stare, like a
You want me to know what I saw? I saw a man beat down someone into the ground to the fact that they disappear. I don't know how that happened, but that spooked me to enough for me to stare at it. So I don't know where Amari went.
he
What did you
stops.
do? Punch him into the ground? You bury him?
No, he just vanished.
Yeah, I know.
Does he do that normally?
That's new.
That's new.
It's true. He didn't do that before.
Did.
That's fucking true, yeah.
Well then, I'd rather answer as few questions as possible. Get out of here.
Yeah, and for sake point, I talked to the guys upstairs. They think I was herding around in there, so I don't want to look like I was with you guys. So I'm gonna peer in the corner over there.
Alright. Farewell, stranger.
Don't go
Alright.
anywhere.
Of course, Sir Knight. Wait, where's Yuriel?
Somewhere.
He
Kind of
turned.
wave in a vague direction.
Yeah, he turned like. Wasn't he with you?
Oh, I was on the roof. He went down. I think he got hit by one of your guys.
Is he
Or
alright?
close to. I don't know. I went across. I tried to call you down, Lesya, but I guess that didn't work out. But I wanted to check the room out. Nothing much. Barren. But yeah, I'll stick to the corner. I'll be like right there, and I point to like a merchant stand, and I try to hide there so you can still see my legs, but obviously you can't lose sight of me.
So Marcus is like looking around to see spot Yuriel.
Make a perception check.
Perception?
As Darminicus starts heading out. And Yuriel, are you stealthing? Are you hiding?
I have been stealthing. I got a 12. I am on the roofs though, so
Yeah. Marcus, you kind of look down, and then all of a sudden you kind of get the feeling to look up. When you do, you just see a little head just kind of like on the rooftop, just look down at you.
He just looks at him, turns his head away. Right, he's up there. Need to drag him into.
Yuri's head just like slowly backs away from the edge of the roof.
As you guys are waiting, you start hearing footsteps and like heavy breathing. As Sir Evan Cade and his 2 soldiers are with them. They kind of run up and couldn't find him.
You mean you couldn't find him?
They're gone. That's what I mean.
You go get more men, and you turn every stone upside down until you find both of them. Do you understand?
Marcus, I can't do that right now.
There's... If Lord Baccus knows that we don't have the stone, you know how he is.
Kind of like looks down.
Can I make a perception check, by the way, to overhear the conversation?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Perception.
Yeah, you're able to hear a majority of it.
Okay.
Lord Baccus was attacked. Marcus. He's got men everywhere. He's got the Zilazzo star on his side right now.
He knows.
I don't know.
He knows everything. Need to get out of this
Kind of-
situation. Holding us back for interrogation.
Marcus, you have to leave.
No, I can't. If I leave, these men will chase me down instead. I believe it's over.
I'll keep the Zilazzo distracted.
What about them? Oh, it's too. And
They're not with you. You won't find them. What we can do is distract them.
Evan,
Let it go.
thank you.
Marcus, you owe me.
I'll go.
Runs off.
Turns toward Lesya and Mayette. You need to get out of here.
Not sure how.
So
Easily I'll be able to get away.
Evan's gonna distract him. Sneak off. Can't stay.
They have my name.
You need to try.
And as you guys are just watching Servan and his two friends just run up, and Evan just like pushes and trips one of the Zalezos and then like elbows another and just runs. And the others just like disarm the Zalezos and start running, and those Zalezos on the top of the roof go, "Hey, stop right there!" And they just run and chase after them. And
Now.
all of the guardsmen are just in the chase.
Now, come on.
Well then. Alright. Gonna start limping off.
And then
Darminicus, come
me
on.
trying to hide, kind of peering back and forth, and I see you all running. Like, what the hell? And I follow along too.
You start running to catch up, and Uriel,
Yeah, same.
you start running to catch up on the rooftop. You know, oh god.
Gonna get down as soon as I can, but yeah.
Yeah, once you pop down, I turn around. I was like, "You were up there?"
Yeah, just like I was.
Hey, you all right? Are you hurt?
I'm alright. I didn't get hurt, but are you alright? And he kind of like looks you up and down, seeing like the blood is probably still on your knuckles. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright.
Lesya is also pretty blood splattered.
Oh, once we stop running, I can help you. I think.
That would be appreciated. Where would they least likely be looking for us?
Away from here.
Look, if we have an alley to duck into, I can create, a distraction 3 times. If you want to think about it.
The Salezos, they leave the temples alone mostly?
Markus, you would know that they guard the temples, and they're going to be in upper sections. Down here in the, what is it called again? Sorry.
Kind of in the slums district, aren't we?
Yeah, you
The
guys are
Restless
in
Wharf, right?
the Restless Wharf. You guys are kind of like near the coastal edge, the outside of it, on the outer edge. There's not many guardsmen around. If you just kind of hide in a little spot, you would know that you could kind of blend in, hide in an alley.
Yeah, he tells them that.
Okay.
Let's see
Well,
if we get you home. We could probably heal you.
that should be okay for now. As long as we don't go too fast.
Alright, I'm just trying to breathe, I guess.
It's a little
Walk.
late for that.
While continue running through the streets until you make a investigation check, Marcus. Anybody that wishes to help him may as well.
I'll do my own. What
How-
are we looking for? A good
how
place
far
to
away-
hide?
Just an alley or just like a little an abandoned house, maybe. I don't know.
How far away is the temple?
Pretty far from over here, I'd have to say. A few blocks, a few streets over. On the if you're trying to go towards temples and stuff, that's gonna be in the open quay, and in that area, kind of, and also around the opal archways.
It should not be with advantage, but yeah.
It's a 20.
You're smelling if presents are in this place.
Okay. You are able to find a spot perfectly. You find this little abandoned house that has just a little wooden plank kind of acting up as a door. You knock it down and over, and the whole place is empty. As you guys just enter it, and you throw over a curtain over the door to kind of have a makeshift one.
This will do. This will do.
This whole place is just like filled with very thin tapestries just spread across. Some are tattered and kind of like ruined, and everything's very dusty and dirty. It was very bare minimum. A rug or two, a lot of tapestries on the roof, on the ceilings. Though.
All right. Miss Lesya, please, sit up. We can help.
And, do you need my armor off?
Would be best. Just for a moment.
Give me a moment, and I'm gonna start taking the armor off.
You need help with that.
It is pretty simple. I can get it.
Oh, that's a lot of blood.
It was through and through.
Heard bad.
I felt worse.
What did you get shot by?
A few arrows, a dagger in the back, and rapier through and through.
Oh, the arrows were light.
I sat down for a sec. They went after him. They shot him in the chest with a arrow. The arrow didn't hit, but that force nearly knocked him flat.
Wonder who they were.
I don't think he knew.
I will describe the seal that I saw on the letter. Does that sound familiar to either of you?
Can I make a check?
You can make one at disadvantage. You're not from the south.
Disadvantage history?
Yeah, disadvantage history. And Sir Markus, you can make one at regular.
And I'm just gonna keep a lookout, like, around the area outside. I'm still being inside, but I'm just gonna keep an eye out.
Okay.
Don't believe I've seen this before.
Right.
You see where Amari ran off?
No, sir. I was a bit focused on the other rooftops and Lesya, getting shot and Nahon and everything else. Mari,
He puts his hand on his shoulder to calm him down. Matter.
He just a bit scary. That's it. Never been so close to somebody like that before.
Yeah. Well, it's always that messy.
Aye.
After about a minute, Lesya manages to get her armor off, and she kind of raises the side of her tunic enough to show where the wound is. And you'll also notice there's like scarred over, like puncture wounds almost in a row on both sides of her hip. Like something bit down there.
Yeah, during the moment, like Markus, when you have your gauntlet on his shoulder, you could feel him like subtly shaking, though he's trying to hide it, and he isn't meeting your eyes.
Took note of that.
When
he did that, he let go of his shoulder, like.
Right. Guess he's gonna kind of look up to you for a moment. Like giving, like, he's trying to smile, but it's kind of faint, forced more like, and he'll kind of like look over at Lesya when she gets the armor off her. All right, okay. Just raise your arm a little.
And she does so, kind of, without any hesitance.
Yeah, and I'll use a usage of my healer kit to heal her up.
Alright, that actually heals me by 15. So.
Oh. Is it magical only? Because this is not magical.
It's any class feature, potion, or ability spell type thing.
Nice.
So I think that fits under class feature. Because it's a feat.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys are resting up in the place in this space.
All right, hold still, Lesya.
All right, 10.
9. Yeah, it's actually. Well, I did do it.
Mayette walks over, starts bandaging you up even more, and puts her hand on, and her hand glows that purple energy again for a moment, and then it goes away as your wounds seal up, leaving scars, even more scars about on you.
Sorry, that tends to freak people out when I do that in the streets.
Lesya just kind of like twists a little bit and kind of rotates her shoulder and stuff just to make sure she still has movement with the bandages on. This will do. Thank you. Alright, and then she's gonna get her armor back on top of it. Takes about another minute.
Yuri is kind of notably gonna kind of like sit next to Markus and just kind of like arms leaning on his knees. He's kind of not quite like not like fetal, but kind of like sitting in that position. But he's next to Markus.
Yeah, so Marcus, you see, like he's you clearly see that his mind is racing.
Mm.
Sitting still, but he's thinking of a lot.
So Markus, look.
What?
Maybe I can help you with something you're thinking about. I've read a lot. I don't know if that'll help.
Help me with what?
I'm not sure. What are you thinking about?
Thinking about we lost the crystal for the second time. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure how I managed to get away second time. I'm not sure how I'm gonna explain this. Had a lead.
About how long do you think it will take for the Selezos to leave?
Oh, now they will probably search the city for us. Mandus doesn't like that.
Great.
I don't think Nataman would be happy with me if I
They know how we look like. They find us. And don't get involved.
Alright. I don't think I could do anything anyway. I'm only a squire.
They're gonna interrogate you.
I'll try to hide, but he kind of like looks down. Is it alright that we're doing this? Knights do not hide, right?
At this point, Marcus turns away and he looks down.
I mean,
Squire is courageous as well. Everyone gets to become one. Fight in battles.
I was very fortunate.
Yeah.
Well, then
So how is your lord?
Lord. What is the Lord's name again?
Trying to remember to.
Can't remember. Right?
Lord Esmir.
Esme.
Did I cut out?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, generally I'm like imagining like a older gentleman, on the skinny muscular side, very stern. That sound right?
Pete, sorry.
Let me imagine him like the one from Avatar guy. The
Lord
older guy.
Esmir. No.
Hmm.
No, he's known to be very noble and very loyal as well. But he is very reserved. A lot of his he has his knight captains do more of the work that is going on, and he just kind of stays in Zadash where his manor's at and lets the Order of Lion kind of take care of business. That is why you're under your knight captain.
Hi. Lord Esmir is very he takes care of his knights. He's very loyal to us. But he's a bit hard to read. I've met him only a couple times. My knight, and he very the stories are told of his courageousness as well, but he hasn't been out of his estate in some time. I think he just prefers time with books
Knowledge.
and whatever else. Not that I know.
And how does he treat you?
I've only met him twice. Mostly a professional, and always when Knight of On was around. So not much. Treats me well enough.
Has he teach you anything?
Knight of On is really the one who does that. The Lord barely has time for me. I spent a lot of time out with Knight of On, mostly squire duties, making sure everything is clean and fit for him and myself too.
Good. You are very fortunate.
I
Got this sad look in his eye. Our Lord was a bit a harsh man. He taught me by that.
Knight of On teaches through action. He's a firm believer that I must learn the rights of combat as if they were real. Doesn't take it easy on me, but perhaps that's the way it's meant to be.
Maybe it's better. I'm sure you will become a great knight one day.
Yep, so.
We will need to leave again soon. There were only 2 bodies up on the roofs, which means the others escaped.
I'm worried about that.
They will also be looking for them.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be looking for us. I heard one of them shout about him, Nahon, and then shoot him. So I think they are looking for him, not us.
Which means we need to find him first.
Aye.
Going for the crystal.
Aye.
Likely.
Who are they? Do you not know?
No. They had the letter and with that seal that I told you about. I was hoping one of you would know who it belonged to.
Yeah.
So far, nobody does.
Perhaps is that syndicate Mayette mentioned. Kind of looks over.
Maybe. If it is, I really don't want to be around here. Word travels fast.
I don't want to be picked up by the mother.
Well, I do know a place that can help us, but getting there might be a bit of a problem.
I just kind of look over to her. Go on.
We're gonna need to go visit them.
Sorry, you cut out.
The what?
But we're going to go need to visit the temple.
Can't. They got it.
There are ways around that.
Also, unless
You don't want to ask or know.
perhaps they have not heard of us, but that is a risk.
Right by now.
I should suggest disguises, but I am pretty hard to disguise.
That's what we're going to hopefully go get, disguises.
I believe I've been thinking. I believe that the tiefling and Amari must be outside the city. Best that we leave. Know that Lord Baccus knows everything that goes on in the city. I feel it hard to believe that he doesn't know already. And on.
Does he know what Nahon is?
I don't know.
As you say that, we will cut over to just a few blocks over. In another abandoned little building on top of an empty fish store. Amari and Nahon, you guys have been kind of resting there, catching your breath. It took you all a little bit to get there, but you arrived just as the sun is starting to set along the ocean. You guys enter the little space, and it is fairly bland again, as the places that Nahon likes to pick are just very discrete areas.
All right, make yourself at home. Not much to say, but
Are you sure that we should stop?
at this point, perhaps it's better to stop rather than keep going. I mean, we have to talk. We have a lot to actually say this time.
Right. I just don't want them to track us here or something.
I do not think they will. Though, if Darminicus can, then they can.
I suppose that's the case. I don't think he's going to be able to follow us by footsteps alone. The city is so busy; it would be difficult to discern which footprints were ours. So maybe you're
True.
right.
We kind of ran in a stampede. You alright?
I don't know what. Yes, I'm just winded. I don't usually run. Maybe I should do that more often.
Your stamina has already grown. I can see it.
Somewhat. I suppose being out on the road and, being in combat has really helped out with it. But I'm getting by. Nahon, it's so good to see you again. It's so good. I'm gonna step forward and pull him into a hug. It's a fucking bro hug.
Yeah, I hug him back. So good to see you, Mario. I mean, I know I have no space to speak as I now but God,
thought-
these men are so hard alone.
I thought Markus was going to cut you down.
He
To be
was.
honest. How did you get out of there?
Right. Right.
I'll step
So,
back.
yeah, when we met, chances are that Nahon kind of beckoned you from an alleyway, and when you kind of looked over to see him, you only saw like one eye, peering out from the darkness, and one golden sun eye, and ever since then it's faded, but Nahon's left eye has gone completely black.
Okay.
And now
they're two
it's kind
different
of,
colors, you said?
yeah, the left one has gone completely black, and now since then it's kind of faded.
Okay.
Right. So I promised you would know about the stone. I was a bit too late for a Gedstock, but my plan worked. I have new things to show that are from it.
Obviously. Just a lot. It's a lot. I don't know where to start. I suppose first of all, what do you know about the crystal?
Right. So, and I kind of I look over at the curtain. Just gonna be silent for a sec. I'm gonna make a perception check to hear if we're being over. If you don't
Make
mind.
a perception check. And also make a wisdom saving throw. You start looking
Can I
around.
also make a perception check?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You start looking around.
Sure.
But all of a sudden, you just start getting a massive headache to the point where your vision is just strained. And you're getting a massive amount of pressure just on the front of your face. Amari, you look over at Nahon and you can see his veins start to just stretch out from his body. And they are black now, and they start to pulsate. And every time it pulses, he kind of rears down.
Nahon, what's going on? And I'm gonna walk over.
No, don't get
my
close.
hand
It's fine. I'm fine. Stop it, you piece of
What
shit.
do you mean you're fine? Your veins are turning black.
I cannot tell.
Nahon, what?
As you are looking on the ground, Nahon, your vision goes dark for a moment. You start seeing visions now. You see a shoreline. You start to see the makings of a large, deep ocean that starts to turn black. And then you start to see some tentacles start to rise a little bit from it.
What's in the hills?
Then just all of a sudden it pulsates again and you kind of veer back. Except this time it hurts a lot.
Wait, is the stone making the tentacles or stuff, or is it just a vision that he's having?
Vision in his head.
Vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
You suffer 8 points of psychic damage as you are watching, as you have just kind of you feel the pressure just relieve.
Fuck you too!
What in the God's name?
Kind of shakes his head and during that whole thing, his right hand just kind of went over his right eye, just kind of clenching at his head. As he draws it away, I imagine you see these veins of black kind of fading away into the center of his eye. Alright. That has not happened before.
I assume that was the crystal.
Yes, very likely.
Oh, that. What the fuck just happened?
Oh shit! Alright. That is new.
Throw
That's,
that thing into the ocean or something.
I-
What just happened to you?
Right. Alright. So as I was saying, you kind of like see him like kind of look down, take a breath, and seem to try to focus, to kind of settle back into that kind of casual look that he usually tends to have. But this time it's not.
Right, Amari, he's got a look of like bewilderment in his eyes. He doesn't understand what just happened, and he also doesn't understand how you're being so calm after all of that. And he's also like really sweaty and shit from running and stuff. He's just really hot. He's like, "What?"
All right. So, right. So I think the thing has been. Amari, stop looking at me like that.
Dude, is that the crystal? Is it tormenting you?
Yes, yes, it
Have
is.
you? What did you do?
I'm pretty sure I don't know how to explain it. I linked myself to it. It has me hostage in a way that I do to it, and I think it enjoys it. It likes me being its carrier.
How
Probably.
long? How long has it been doing this? Has that happened before? The
Hmm.
veins, the pain.
No, not like that. There is one time a few days ago, where I was sitting and it appeared with me, and it forced me, not forced, but basically I've been keeping it wrapped in your rope for all this time because I am worried that it would spread whatever bad things, and it's got its way out of it and forced me to take it, to put it back in, and it did that once before. That is where I got this. And he kind of opens his palm, and from like the tips of his fingers you could see this kind of black smoke coming from it. It doesn't smell at all or emanate any heat.
It kind of has this weird ethereal like mist kind of coming off of it a little.
Can I basically ascertain that he's attuned to it for somehow?
Yeah, you can tell that it is attuned and probably taken a hold of him, maybe. Yeah, sure.
Nahon, this can't keep happening. If it's progressively getting
Well,
if it's progressively
that is
getting
what it's
stronger,
not
it's
for.
getting a grip on you. We need to destroy it somehow.
Can something like this be destroyed? I mean, I tried slashing at it. Not work, obviously.
No, yes, there is ways. I'm not sure how powerful the magic is, but there are ways to dispel magic on items. This is just a simple crystal. It's a conduit. Somebody likely enchanted it because crystals typically have. Think of it like a prism in a way. When you enchant something, it allows it to. It's sort of like a container, so to speak.
All right, like
Crystals are very good containers for enchantments, very powerful enchantments, and this seems to be one of those.
enchantments like this.
Honestly, it seems to me that right. You could put any type of enchantment on items. You could put curses. You could help people. Teleportation, conjuration. It doesn't matter. But this one is not good. Look how it's
No.
affecting you.
That is precisely why I took it. This one, in particular, was very powerful, and its magic is very bad. It will corrupt anybody who has it. Is corrupting me.
I'm
Which
aware of that.
Which is why I took it, because if I cannot handle it, then there is no way Baccus.
No, there is no way anyone can handle this. Mine is maybe one of the most powerful archer mages out there, but we have to get rid of this. No.
I wish for that.
Well, that should be our purpose, our mission. Let's destroy this somehow, or put it somewhere that no one could find it.
That is, the putting it somewhere else is is my plan, but I was not aware that you can destroy something like this. Does not seem possible. But
Well, destroy is used loosely. Honestly, I don't know what would happen necessarily if you just cracked the crystal down the middle or something. The enchantment might be strong enough that it's unbreakable, but there is magics that I could learn eventually. But there is magics that I know of that I was being taught when I was at the university. There are ways to dispel magic on magical items. I don't know how to do it, but if you give me time and we have the space to do so, I might be able to research a way to break the magic on this crystal. But if that happens, then Markus and Lord Baccus' mission will be for naught. If they don't have this crystal, they won't be able to access the Age of Arcanum technologies they're after. So
exactly.
it could kill two birds with one stone.
I'm very glad you're here, Mari. I did not think I would. I did not think you would be here.
Honestly, I did not think I was going to leave either. I was coming with every intention to get the crystal back and take it to Lord Baccus, but when you started to talk to me, it sort of filled my head with thoughts, ideas.
I do that.
Well, yes, and it made me think in the moment. But after being with Markus for this time, you were right. He's deranged. He's not stable. I don't think he's going for this crystal for the reasons we think. It's just for his own admiration for his lord. And
Exactly.
I don't know. There's something off about him. You're right, though. In fact, he actually swung at me not too long ago with his sword.
Really?
Right. But that's unimportant. Nahon, we have to get rid of this crystal somehow. Maybe I know you might not be as keen on this idea, but what if we keep it in that bag, and you could put it inside of the bag of holding that I have? Since we're in this together, I can hold on to it so that way it doesn't have an effect on you.
Honestly, the only reason Skates kind of darkens for a moment. That was true, but now I think when I first took the crystal, it called to me. It wanted me. And now I think I will get more how do you say uncomfortable the more he's away from me. So
Right, but you might just have to learn how to live with that.
I am okay with it. I've done this.
I'm just saying, I don't know how safe it is for you to hold on to the crystal on your own.
Right. I am not against it. The only reason why I had you take it out of the bag in the first place was so I could get it from you. That is it. So.
But you're obviously in control of it for the time being. So
for now,
you hold on to it for now, and we can talk about this more when we get out of the city. But Nicodoranus is not safe for us. We need to leave as soon as possible.
Right. Yes. There is one. I have been thinking about the sea. There is more out there, of course.
That is what I was thinking.
Right. I know of a boat leaving soon. I think today.
I have money. I have money. I could pay for his passage to some location else. Perhaps we could take a trade route to Port Azun or one of the other locations around the coast, or one of the islands for that matter. Right? It doesn't matter. We just I think we need to get away from here.
Yes. But I swear sentimentality is going to be my death. I stuck around Darminicus for a bit longer than I should have, but he has always been interested in truth, I see. And he still is. First thing he did when he saw me was ask me for the truth. Trust me. And, he kind of has like this almost grimace, this pained expression on his face, as if like he doesn't find that idea attractive. But Perhaps. I do not know. Markus definitely not. Mayette, I am not even sure, but Darminicus, he may join us.
Amari nods his head at that point. I agree with you, and Darminicus is one of the only other ones that I grew close enough to that I felt I could talk with. If there is any of them that would join us on our mission to get away from the city and get the crystal away from here, it's Darminicus. But the problem is, I don't know how to get close with him without actually speaking to Markus or him seeing us or Lesya or any of the others.
I can perhaps do that, but it's not foolproof, and I mean, I could slip away if I need to with more use of
First
it.
of all, what is your mission?
My mission.
You have an idea.
My mission is. My idea is to perhaps, I don't know, slip by alleyway, perhaps catch Darminicus himself, and tell him. Not sure. They will be very close together, I'm sure. And I'm not sure where they are looking for us, obviously, but
well,
I have to catch them alone.
Maybe we could leave him a clue, something that he would recognize, some to that effect. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm afraid of you getting that close to them. I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe there is a different way. However,
So you guys start discussing. You both hear this strange tapping coming right outside.
Nahon's hand slowly goes for his dagger.
Did they find us? Amari's gonna turn around and face it.
I'm gonna try to stay silent.
Does anybody open the door?
No.
But do you guys hide, or are you guys just waiting?
I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Nahon goes for his dagger. He's got a hand on it and slowly turns, kind of tensing up.
You all just hear this faint whisper. Amari.
Do I recognize the voice?
Amari. You recognize it to be Niles Kessler.
Niles?
What? Shit.
No. I need you to hide, okay?
Alright.
Don't let him see you. I'll talk to him.
Kind of look around for like furniture and shit I can hide behind. Is there a back door?
There's a little back window, little hole that is almost a window. Make a stealth check.
Yeah, fair enough.
I almost have an idea. Just I gotta see the stealth roll first. You look around, you're like, ah, shit, and then you just jump up in the air and latch yourself in between two posts on the ceiling and just look down.
That'll work.
You make it so silently, as well as Amari just turns around.
I am going to slowly make my way over to the door that was just being knocked on, and I'm gonna pull it open just like a peek, and I'm gonna just put my eye through to make sure it's actually him. There's no one else there. Is there anyone else with him?
There seems to be no, but you can make a perception roll. Okay. You look around and you can't find anybody.
Niles, is that really you?
Amari, let me inside. It's just me.
Can I make a check to see if it's an illusion?
You can make an arcana
ask many faces type shit or disguise self.
Investigation, I think.
Yeah, investigation. Yeah.
Well, I rolled an arcana, but my investigation score is the exact same. Well,
I'll consider it an arcana this time too.
Well, no, my investigation and arcana are the same thing, so I'll just there we go. Okay, well 14.
14. No, it isn't an illusion. It seems to be him. He kind of steps over. He wearing an illustrious robe, but he has it over his head. He has a hood kind of over his head. It's very dark, Or the outside of it is also very dark. Kind of looks like he's trying to blend in.
Niles, how did you find me? What are you doing here?
Your stone, Amari. Your stone.
What?
Let me inside. I need to sit down. Damn it.
Come in, and I'll open the door for him.
Ah,
Immediately close it once he's in.
You'll go right to the crate.
Mr. Kester, I don't understand.
He starts pulling out his pipe. Starts packing it.
Amari. Look. I bet you and your friend here have lots of questions. You can come down now.
Nahon just sighs from atop and jumps down. And here I thought I was being cool. All right.
You're clever, but I see your...
Let me guess, magic?
Yes. One way.
Hmm.
Thing that you have on you, a stone.
Yes.
I assume that's how you found us. Are you tracking the stone?
Your stone, actually, Amari. In case I ever needed to come and help you out.
Stone.
Shit. It's the sending stone you gave me. It's how we communicate.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, yes.
But to be honest, I don't know if there's any other wizards that have the power to track a device like this, except for Niles. Honestly, I figured you would try to come to see us, but under different circumstances.
I wish it was different circumstances. I was this close to convince Lord Baccus not to flip. Last few months I've been working on it, however. I think the cause is lost now, especially since you both have duped him, it seems.
Why not? Nahon made that very clear. I'm not so certain about his intentions. It was nothing against you. I'm sure you know the properties of this crystal and what it's capable of, but and I'm sure that if those technologies would be in your hands, I have no problem with that. Both of us are wizards. We like to research and figure out the complexities of such magics, but I feel as though Baccus would use them for other means.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Nahon kind of lets out a breath of relief.
I was never gonna let that happen anyway.
I suppose that's
Truly.
good.
So what is your intention then, if I can ask?
A few of us have known of Lord Baccus's intentions. My intention was only to guide him towards a better
path.
alternative. Yes. However, he's a stubborn bastard. He's been trying to regain his honor after being kicked out of the Empire. Thinks by doing all this will be his ticket in.
Seriously?
It's not the Empire he's dealing with. It's the Assembly. He looks over at Amari. The Assembly, they don't allow some folk in and out, and they would benefit a lot from having an Arcanum Vault.
Yes, they would. Can I make an insight check on Kestra?
Yeah.
Yes, you both.
Amari's like bouncing back and forth between the two of them, just trying to discern what's going on.
If he's lying about his bullshit, that's a 17, I believe.
No. No, he's not lying.
Nahon just kind of looks to Amari, his brow kind of furrowing, and he nods.
Well, Nahon, to be completely transparent with you, Nahon has attuned to the crystal, and it's affecting him in different ways. I told him of different types of magics that could potentially dispel the enchantment that's on it, but it's obviously it's within my field that I'm training in, but I'm not quite to that level yet. I was hoping if maybe you know something.
We can flee for as long as he wishes. I'm adept in that, but it's a race against time, I think.
These stones, they're not creations from men. They're creations from gods. If I can dispel it, it would only make it angry. If I try to do anything, you have to naturally do it through the process, as they would say.
Not
I think I understand. You're saying that if anyone is going to dispel it at this point, it's when he kind of gestures to Nahon, it's yours truly.
You have to complete a ritual. However, each stone would have its own, depending on what has happened. I do not know who was the one that created the obsidian one. I've been learning who've made the others. However,
am I correct in thinking that this is the worst?
oh, it's the worst one, yes.
Hmm.
Niles, well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure what we were going to do. We've been talking about fleeing to sea on a boat, which I still think is probably the best choice of action. Perhaps we could continue to do that, and you and I can contact each other through the stone. And when we learn more information, we could plan somewhere to meet and figure out how to, end the stone.
Agreed. I'll need a ship, however. That is for you two to figure out. I will leave it.
They already have a
about-
plan of that.
What about the rest of those with you?
Well, that's the problem. Markus is with him, and I don't think he's going to want to separate from him without the crystal in his hands.
Sir Markus locked it.
Yes.
A desperate man, as
I
I'm
think-
sure you've seen.
I think Darminicus might be the only one that is capable of slipping away, but we don't know how to contact with him.
There is a friend I have in the group that can contact me, but not the other way around. I will have to
Right.
wait for her.
And I sadly don't know the specific magics to contact somebody through telepathy.
Well, we might know soon. Maybe. I know that Lord Baccus is on his way to the location. I think he's found him. I ran
There
here
is-
as soon as I can.
His intentions.
Not to murder anyone, no. He's intending on releasing.
Please. Marcus?
Everyone. You all are failures in his mind.
I see.
That's a little beyond us now. But Niles, what do you suspect that we should do? Should we stay here or continue trying to find a boat?
Yes. Sounds like a great idea.
Not in
What-
this.
Leave.
Which one?
If you set up a place to leave, the better.
Okay.
Yes, and if we are to stay on the here, then not in this city. Honestly, we have collected enemies at this point. Very many of which want to kill us. Many
Yes,
of them stay.
The Ruby family would wish to find you all, and I think is the main one after you as well.
Right.
And he points to Nahon.
Right.
that-
So
Is that the ones that were attacking Lesya on the roof?
I've heard of this attack, and Maybe. It's hard to say.
Why is that? Is not has to be related to this? Yes, Amari. Not Amari. His friend. That was months ago when.
You don't know the Ruby family.
You're right. They do hold grudges. The last time we were here, they tried to break in on Lord Baccus's gate just to get to me.
They all probably think the recent assassination attempt on Baccus was them as well.
Gods.
Real quick, Big Red. Do I remember what type of magic Niles is adept at? Like, what is he good at in specific?
He is mainly good at illusion.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, Niles. I don't know where you stand right now in terms of magic, but would it be within your power to offer me and Nahon an illusion, a different way to look? If you did, then maybe we could approach Darminicus or something, or just leave the city entirely. I'm not sure either way, but if we look different than what we do right now, we could potentially have an easier time of getting away. I'm only asking him that because he's good at illusion.
I'll give you this. You will. Well, I won't do it yet. As soon as you need me to.
Okay.
But I will cast. I will make you both invisible.
Oh, that's good.
Good, but perhaps it's best if we pay our way onto the boat.
I agree.
Rather than I stowed away once. Do not wish to do it again.
Niles, would you be willing to do me a favor then, since we won't likely have a chance to speak to Darminicus and the others? Could you at very least give them a note? I can write out perhaps an encrypted message or something to that effect, so that way when they get it, they will know more or less where we might be heading or otherwise.
Is tricky because Lesya, I'm not sure. Mayette, I mean, she.
They are your friends. They are your friends. You don't need to question anything else other than that. You know who is and isn't.
Amari, what do you think?
I don't know. You know how hard Lesya is to read. I'm not quite sure where she stands in the grand scheme of things. I know Markus wants to lop both of our heads off.
Right.
Mayette, yes. Honestly, I think she's just upset that we left. And Darminicus, he's different. He seems to understand more or less. He was never quite fond of Markus to begin with.
I see that. Wasn't aware that. Honestly, he probably knew from the beginning. The second I left, he knew why. I could imagine that. Did he say anything?
Not to me. But kind of like you, he's been very quiet as of recent. He hasn't been talking as much, and he tries to avoid Markus, I think, as much as possible. He disagrees with him a lot of the time.
Probably it then. Right, so definitely talk to Darminicus. Mayette, maybe, let's see, maybe. If we can separate everybody from Markus, he has nothing to chase.
That is what I mean. If Markus is left in the dust, I think we would fare much better to begin with. And I think the ship is probably our best route. If we can hit the sea, it's going to be very hard for them to track us. So.
Agreed. Also, let us see when they are coming. If they are
coming. That you know, Hayton. Don't let anyone know.
Sorry?
Keep
the ship that you are getting on hidden as best you can.
Sure, that's right, like the name. But no, that is another thing. I don't want to sneak on the ship, if you understand me. I would much prefer to I would much prefer to pay to get on one. I want everything to go smoothly without any hitch. So if the invisibility thing. Were you expecting us to sneak on the ship?
But I
Just
can also,
to get one.
well, I can disguise you all as well if you wish. If you want that.
Magically?
I didn't do it this time because I didn't want to freak anyone out. Otherwise, it would have came as anything.
But I think that would be best. Sadly, I wish I knew those tricks. I know it's not difficult magic. I've just never had the opportunity to.
I can teach you quickly. I can teach you this one. And he
Sure.
begins to kind of show you how to go to cast it and everything.
No one's gonna step back and watch.
It'll take you about like 20 minutes to kind of go over the visual and semantic parts of it, of disguise self. But yeah, after you spend the time with him, you learn disguise self.
Frick yeah, dude.
It's a first level spell.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna look it up and put it in my spellbook real quick.
And yes, he kind of looks at you both and says, I should get going now.
Before you do, can I make one more insight check on him?
Go ahead.
Damn it, wow, another 17. The fuck?
He's very hard to read, but he seems very truthful and helpful.
Yeah, also the fact that he told us to keep our ship name hidden, even from him, kind of speaks volumes as well.
Yeah, Nahon says, Stone has been, how do you say, harassing me, trying to take me over, I think. Just here, now before you came, gave me a vision of the sea out there, darkening, turning red, and sea creatures arising from it. Seems very literal, but not sure what the hell that means.
I'm terrible at that all this. I'm not much religious man myself. However, you can seek the council at the temples. They have a Wild Mother temple up in the north, and the Raven Queen near the Opal Arches.
Risky, but possible.
However, good luck to you both. And he, puts his hand on, he kind of, places his finger on his head, and he just switches into a beautiful young woman. It's very illustrious and everything, and, hair flowing. He's like, goodbye, boys. And just runs away.
Niles, thank you for everything. I appreciate it.
She gives a little wink, starts running down the stairs.
That wink was kind of awkward for me.
Nahon is in the moment he changes, a single eyebrow goes up, and when he actually speaks, Nahon's hand goes to his mouth and he's desperately trying not to laugh. He's basically doubled over at this point. Sorry.
Amari's just standing there God damn.
Sorry, you're right.
He was kind of hot. Yeah?
Do not say it.
I'm not gonna say that.
You guys look down the street and you notice a few other people just turning around and breaking their neck to look.
Okay, well, once he kind of gets further down the street, I'm gonna turn towards Nahon after everything's calmed down. Okay, well, do you have a way of hiding your identity? I have a way now. But do you?
Not. I mean, look at me. There is no way I can hide this.
That's the shame of it.
Aside from hiding myself as in darkness, but
Well, you would have kept disguised self on you right before you left as well. He said you would have. You would have casted it both on both of you to kind of help you out. So
Can you cast disguise self on other people?
I think if you upcast it,
yeah.
Thanks. Let us ask our rule book, Miss Lesya.
I'm correct.
It is a self-cast spell.
Well, there is a spell though that I
There's
What's it
major
called?
illusion
Yeah, that one.
Major
That's the one I was-
illusion.
He couldn't
or
give it
major
Major
image. That might
and
work.
then there's Theming, which I think is a
Maybe
fourth
cast
level
it.
spell.
Well, she's a fucking archmage, so I assume he has it.
No, not major image. Near.
Not major
Yes.
image.
Seeming is a fifth
Major
level
image for, like,
spell
conjuring.
that lets you
That's what
disguise a number of people up to your
Yeah, seeming. That's
any
that.
number
Yeah,
of
that's the one.
creatures within range.
Yes. You would have casted that then, yes.
Okay, so we look different right now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You look, however, you guys kind of would have thought a ragged group of men from Nicodranas would look like.
Sounds good. I'll probably look more like not like a super wealthy noble, but like kind of like a middle class nobleman, with like some like nice robes that have different like geometric patterns drawn on the upper shoulders that kind of cut off like in a line, and then the rest of it's just like dark blue below it, sort of like a tunic, and then just like some general like flowy pants because of the heat, and also just like a very close cut haircut and a thick beard around my face.
Mm-hmm. I guess Nahon probably looks like, I'd go with human. Dark skin, kind of like same proportions as before. Tail and horns, I guess, are completely gone, or at least fucking look that way. And yeah, still kind of has his weapons on him, though they are disguised to look more, I guess, the Cadrassian in look. And yeah, in terms of clothes, he probably looks like a typical like dock worker kind of thing, like a typical sailor kind of thing.
Oh, wow. Mari looks over towards Nahon. You look different.
Oh, but he kind of like looks at. All right. He kind of like reaches up to like hold one of his horns, and yeah, it's still there. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you can feel it.
I suppose this is how we're going to get out of the city.
yeah, this is awkward. Well, all right. Do not know for how long this lasts. Can it last forever?
Oh, I think it says a duration on it, not more than half a day.
All right.
It should be plenty of time for us to get on the ship and out of dock,
All
at
right.
least by the night. So, the ship we were talking about, I think we should head that way right now. We need to get on it as soon as possible and blend in with the crew. We
Right.
could say that you, and I'm gonna look him over. Maybe you're just a laborer of mine, perhaps. Maybe something akin to that. Obviously, I look like a noble. Maybe you're just I don't know, shit. We need a
Mm.
story.
Exactly. I mean, I've seen this before, but I'm not exactly certain, talk.
I haven't either. Well, let's just say that you are a labor of mine that I brought with
Yeah.
me to come with to Nicodranas, since it's such a big trade hub, and we're just looking for
Hmm.
a ship back to wherever. Do you know where the ship's going?
Do I know where the ship's going? Also, details about when the ship is leaving and maybe what it's called.
You know it's leaving the next morning. Tomorrow morning.
All right, about dawn.
You know that it is just an adventuring ship. They are going off to seek treasure.
Oh, we'll be in good company then.
Well, I suppose that's good. Okay. Well.
It was kind of like if any out of all the ships to disguise yourself on, that one would be the easiest because the others are like trading ships and
Okay.
other like
Yeah.
bigger things. This one just seems very independent.
Okay, well, that's certain.
Hmm.
Do you know the direction to the ship? We can talk to the captain or whoever is helming it and ask him if we can accompany them. I'm willing to pay.
Yes, the docks messed up. Yeah, of course, I've been there several.
All right, well, let's move quickly.
Did you give a note to your mentor?
No, but I have the stone with me, so
Oh, we can say that you did. It's
Okay, cool.
Or Darminicus and
Do you think that he'll give him the note by this session or by like next session?
Oh, he'll be able to give them the note.
Okay.
Just you.
It's Kestra. Come on.
You guys also might something else might happen to you, and I don't know. We'll see.
I'd
we'll
probably
have to-
describe
you can-
Darminicus's appearance to him in case he somehow doesn't know.
So we're gonna go ahead and call a quick break, about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and continue. So we'll be right back, everybody. Woo! Yeah. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back. And we'll go ahead and continue with our game tonight. Just give me a second. Woo! Wah! All right. As we cut back over, just a few streets down, you guys, the rest of you all, are sitting around in this abandoned house, kind of gathering your things and gathering your thoughts. What is it? Darminicus, you are looking around. Make a perception check.
All right. Perception.
Perception.
Normal.
Yes.
Hey,
You look around and you don't see anything. You don't see anybody kind of like looking a little shady, watching the streets or anything. Coast seems to be still clear.
Guys, I don't know if you want anything of this, but I think outside looks pretty clear.
What was your idea on getting us to
well, we need to get close, but we'll be able to make it in.
Perhaps I will have no trouble. If you need any help, maybe I can.
Is this
I could
important?
have
Mayette, is this important?
Well, it's going to be.
Is this going to help us out of here?
Probably.
Probably.
Well,
What's
yeah.
everybody doing for Slovakia?
Oh, I was just gonna go grab some clothes from my house and change and like walk away. I have clothes hidden everywhere.
Are we go?
Cleric robes, you just walk up and just ask for like donations. It's not that weird. To
Okay.
beg for clothes on the streets all the time.
Okay. How is that going to help us? Are you getting a new
Well,
dress?
It's disguise. They have clothes for other people too.
I'm not wearing beggar clothes.
Well, okay, Mr. Shiny Bright Skin. When you want to get found, let me know.
I'd rather be found in this armor than have rags.
Well,
perhaps
okay.
we should split up then if you feel that way.
Lesya, do you want to go with me? I have a few things for you at the temple as well that you will certainly need.
I just kind of look at her, kind of. Does she have like a, a meaning behind that.
Oh no, sorta, little. Just like, yeah, there's stuff you need there. Oh yeah, you could tell like she's like, there's stuff we need to go.
Lesya just nods.
Hey, as a meanings for myself, what's the plan after the temple?
We should probably gather up somewhere, maybe.
There was something I wanted to do in this city
Oh, well,
before
maybe
everything
it's
happened.
best if you did that by yourself, remain inconspicuous.
Look, there could be another way out of here. There's a
Really?
refugee family here, and I think you know who it is, Marcus. It's Ahab. Remember, they left Trostenwald. Well, they left the north end of the lake. They went here. I asked them where they were going.
I do not think they would want to see Markus.
Well, no, but Well, in any case, even if they don't get us out of here, I just want to make sure that they're safe and tell them that they can go back if they want to.
That
You
is
said
very
somebody.
sweet.
Whatever is that.
That is very sweet. But we have bigger problems than taking care of this
Yeah.
farmer family.
Well, they have a boat. They have means to a water.
Smaller boats.
You think they
We
will
all
give it up
fitted.
willingly this time?
Willingly. And then I look down, and after you hearing that, I'm like, I'm gonna go check on them. All right.
I think that's a bad idea.
I'm just trying to find a way out like you do. But for me, they're not looking for me. I'm gonna go ask. I'm gonna look around. You guys can go to the temple.
Lord
I
Baccus is
need to
looking
do
for
it.
all of us. Except Yuri.
I I could. It's the middle of the night. Is there anything you need me to do?
I think we should stay here until the nightfall. Be less gods. And he doesn't look he doesn't appear to look sure of what he said.
Usually they're more at least back in Sash, they are more active during the day.
Always meet back here if you do not want to leave. We can always meet back here if you do not wish to leave.
Yeah, okay. You be quick.
As much as we can.
Alright. Mayette's gonna head out the door.
Okay, Lesya is gonna follow.
You guys walk out the door,
I guess I'll follow.
and Uriel, you go out. Darminicus, did you already go out?
No, I'm still in the room.
Okay. As you all go out, you open the door and step outside. You are greeted with two men with crossbows just on either side of the door, and like two other men just come around, and they kind of like put more crossbows kind of pointing at you all, and they say, "Don't move."
I didn't hear them approach.
You probably would have heard them approach as soon as you were walking out and just were like, "What?" But they got pretty close to the outside of the building.
Passive 21 perception.
It probably only lasts about 30 feet. The building is probably about 30 feet. It's outside of it.
And we were. Oh,
Darminicus missed it.
darn.
Wait, if I'm in the room, do I see anything happening, or is it like closed behind them?
No, you could probably hear that there's just men outside.
I recognize the men.
They look like Baccus's soldiers. They don't
Okay.
look like Salezos.
There's,
Is there a problem?
Just want to make sure what's happening. Where's Markus?
Markus comes out. Before he goes out, he looks at Yuri. Hide.
Yuri went out with them. He's currently.
Yeah, I'm the only one left in the room. If you walked out,
Okay, so before he goes out, he turns around, looks at Darminicus, just lowers his head, turns it, and straightens his back and walked out. What is the problem?
You know these men when you see them and you remember them. And one of the men that you had trained with the most, he looks at you and says, "You know how it is, sir. Master wants to see you."
But I'm on the mission.
Mission no longer. Come on. And they
Red,
they
really
drop it. They lower the crossbows.
He looks at the others. I need to go.
Yes, Darminicus.
Sorry.
Is there a back door to this place?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
So I look at the men and I'm like, so are my services no longer needed?
And just kind of spits to the ground. Baccus deems you all failures. You're lucky you came out with your lives. But we need
Anyway.
him. And they point at Markus.
So Markus turns to Mayette, Lesya, and Yuri. Well, you can go free now.
Take care.
You too. He leans forward to Lesya. Get out of here as soon as possible.
She makes no acknowledgement of this because they're all watching.
Turns.
Yuri. Go ahead.
No, that's cool.
Yuri, like when the guard spits, Yuri, it's kind of like his jaw kind of starts to clench and kind of like, behind his back, he's kind of like trying to clench and relax a fist. But, when Markus leans forward, Yuri kind of like looks up to him and like I guess makes eye contact with him, and I guess you can kind of see in his eyes like he sees this as wrong. He doesn't want you to go.
Yeah, he sees that. Then his face softens. Gives you like a tiny smile. Gives you a nod. Like like he understands what you. And then he gets his poker face back. He turns around. Starts walking with these men.
The men just take you, and as you guys are going, as they are taking you down down the street, a few other kind of soldiers appear from the crowd that were hiding, and they come out and join them, and then a group of Zalezos then just follow in behind them as well, leading them to what it seems to be one of the courtyards that you guys had passed, or just not courtyards, but crossroads. As the streets are filled with people now, after kind of like watching that altercation happen, everybody just goes back to business.
He's going to be okay, right?
Unsure.
Could I be?
Can I make a perception to see if there's any that stuck around and are watching us still?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
13.
You look around the ground and you don't see anyone. You look on the long rooftops and you don't see anybody looking down or paying attention either.
Well, that does simplify things.
I suppose.
I walk up, but from behind the door, and then I say like, "Is everyone okay?"
Fine.
We are no longer on the job, as it were.
Well, I got a little jumpy there. I was gonna cloud out there. I think that would have been a little bit worse.
Probably they would have just fired.
Yeah,
I would rather not get shot again today,
right.
if at all possible. However, I do need to go to that temple now. When I almost died, I saw some things. The temple might provide some clarification on what I saw. It might let us know where to go next.
Do any of you know of a temple? The Raven Queen.
There is one here.
We
We did
actually
chance to
passed
visit.
it last time. Let's see, and I said we passed it last time we were here, but we didn't really get to go in.
We were in a bit of a rush because there were some people who wanted us dead here.
Yeah, we were supposed to, and I look at Yuriel, like we were supposed to give bread to like some homeless people. It didn't turn out so well, but we gave them nonetheless.
I should say they wanted Amari dead. They did not care about us so much.
Oh.
We were just in the way.
Yeah, that too. That's the more important part.
Does that keep happening?
More than I would like.
Yeah.
All right. Well, bread. To my knowledge, is the Raven Queen one of the accepted gods within the country?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. No, they're the All Hammer, the Raven Queen. If I'm correct.
I'm sorry. We went to the All Hammer Temple. We didn't go to the Raven Queen Temple.
Correct.
I'm sorry.
The Everlight, the Changebringer, the Arkheart, the Lawbearer, and the Dawn Father.
I just want to
The
bring
ones.
bread again.
Yeah, I forgot about that bread. Yeah.
Fucking.
bread.
Yes, it is one of the accepted gods, even in Rexentrum in the Wendalian Empire.
Making sure. All right. Kind of like looks after the direction where Markus left. He looks tense.
Yuriel,
Hmm.
are you familiar much with the landscape around here?
No, actually, typically I stay in Pelda when in the dash, but depends.
You're
All
good with,
cities follow the certain style, I guess you'd say.
you are good with books and maps.
Aye.
I might have a job for you while we are at the temple if you do not wish to join us.
It's up to you. I'll do whatever needs doing.
There, in the vision, there was an island with a ziggurat on it. I'm going to the temple to see if they recognize it there, but you might have better luck with a book.
All right.
It should be somewhere south of here.
And south. Are any libraries open at this time of night?
You know that there is the temple. They might have some information there, some scrolls and some books and cartography over there. You might know. You might even ask a map shop.
That could be a possibility, but is that open at this time of night?
Yeah, it's not too late. The sun is
Alright.
still up. Like,
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
this is the first time where you're near the coast where it is late for you, but the sun is still there. So it's like just about to hit the water.
oh,
It is probably just cresting it now.
all right. Yeah. Maybe a temple would actually be able to help. You can
Well,
check
we
different-
do have the Library of Souls and Memories. Might be some help.
Let's check
Usually
that
it's
out.
just a big recording area, like people kind of give obituaries and stuff, but there might be some information.
We can meet us at the temple if the map shops do not have any leads. We will check there.
All right.
all right. So I'm coming with you.
I suppose, sure.
Lesya, a moment. Yeah,
Mhm.
just try. I know it's a little selfish of me, but I want to make sure that they were okay. They have been his family when we left Trostenwald. Or do you think I should just stay with you?
I do not think that is my decision to make here. It will provide you
Yes.
peace of mind that cannot be discounted. Also, they might have a way we can get the boat or know someone who
Right.
can get us a ride, so that also you could bring that up. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, I can ask around too.
Mhm.
Maybe they made some sort of connection or something. Yeah, I'll do that. Hopefully I can find them.
At the very least, they might know who to talk to.
Sure thing.
Or perhaps even the island itself, since they did sail through to get here.
Yeah, if I were to leave right now, or should I? If I leave right now and get to the arbor, so it's a little shorter, can you describe to me what you're talking about? Any physical features?
There's an island. Hold on, let me go through my notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my pen ready.
There's a large island to the south, and there is a ziggurat on the edge of the island. Quite large. With a feature like that, it probably will be pretty easy to identify. Unless there are many islands with those, in which case it might be more difficult. I do not know
Okay.
this area very well.
Yeah, I can do that. That's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, you can go ahead.
Red, what do I know about Ziggurat?
Yuriel, knowing anything about ziggurats? You don't know that much, probably.
Do I even know what a Ziggurat is by name?
Roll a history check.
All right.
And you know that there were these old temples in the islands south of you of the Menagerie Coast that are scattered about, that are made from different religions and different cultures as well.
So like temples before the calamity.
Yes, and some that is after as well.
All right.
Everybody's not sure.
Is my volume okay now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
All right. Good to know.
But as you guys are gathering around, you just see a crowd starting to form, and like people are getting like a little bit excited as they're like seeing a crowd going on, and so people just start running towards it.
Can I possibly, like, are they looking at us or at something else?
It's something else on the other end of the street where
Can I
Markus was
possibly hear what's going on?
Make a perception roll.
Uriel's gonna try to approach and try to see.
Double up.
15s.
Lesya, you are able to hear people just like talking like, it's a public flogging! A public flogging, come on! And kind of like everyone starts to gather over.
We need to get going.
What did you hear?
Yuriel, being curious, is gonna start walking toward the direction, not hearing what Lesya hears.
All right, I'll grab him. I try to grab Uriel as quick as I can through the crowd.
What's wrong?
We gotta go. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't sound good.
Oh, alright.
You know how that is with us.
Yeah. He just kind of like looks in this direction so soon after Markus left.
Look, I don't know you, and I don't know a lot of people very long. There's one thing that I always know. Sometimes you just need to forgive people and let them create the will that they can.
It's
And we
not
have
that.
ours.
I'm worried about them.
I know.
Alright. I'll come with you.
All right. I got him.
All right, let's go.
Walk, start leaving, moving your way towards the temples.
And
And
with
then-
that, I'm just gonna let them know that I am gonna head. How far is the harbor anyway? From where us? This
A
is
little,
what's closer?
like a few streets. Oh, what's closer to you guys? The harbor compared to the
then-
temples. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to waste too much time in anything. So, I'm gonna tell them like I'm gonna go to the harbor.
Okay. You all continue.
We'll try to meet you over there.
Oh, sorry.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay, let's go.
You know the way better than me.
Funny how that works. I'll make my way back over to the temple.
All right.
Alright, I guess I'm following them.
As that is happening, Amari and Nahon, you guys are trying to head your way to the docks, but you start walking down towards the street, and it starts to fill with a crowd up in the crossroad right in front of you. And then you can see people start to kind of gather around and such, and everyone is starting to make some sort of fuss, and like there's some shop sellers there. There's a little bit of like some people like selling some food and such in the corner and everything. People trying to take advantage of the amount of people in one space. But as you guys are approaching it a little, what do you both do?
Amari is gonna kind of pause, seeing the crowd form. Oh, by the way, I see Nahon's health is 1. When we were at that
Yeah.
hideout, can we say that we had a short rest so we can
Yeah.
set dice? Okay.
No, you're not allowed a short rest.
Just a simple
just
breeze.
a little one.
It's a
No,
tiny
Just a
little
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 one.
west. It's a tiny little
A
west.
little west.
Alright,
Jeez
so what
Louise.
the hell is my health at?
1.
It's non-existent.
I know my max health, I meant. I know what my health
45?
is.
Yeah, 45.
Nope, that's Nahon.
Yeah, but you
Start
both are.
rolling.
You both are. They're just kind of seeing this form.
Yeah, I figure it's Markus being flogged.
Fucking hell.
Might be.
I will look over towards Nahon. Perhaps we should not let crowds like this try to influence our direction. Do you know the way to the
Indeed.
docks?
I do. We can get around it, I think, but He's kind of like glaring in that direction. It's funny because his gaze seems a lot less intimidating now that he doesn't have the sunlight eyes boring into you. But I'm interested. Last time I told you was some gutsy instinct.
Not going to lie, I'm also kind of interested.
We are
Perhaps the
disguised
others
if
might
it
be
was
there as well.
Perhaps. By the way, my accent cannot be hidden, so I will let you do talking.
I thought about that. Should I try to change it? I mean, what kind of action should I try to go for? It's very difficult for me too.
Are you good with them?
Well, not really.
That's not to try then. Trust me, it's not.
Maybe I could try. Maybe I could try to speak lower, like this. No, more like a nobleman or something. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Something to this effect. I'll workshop it. It's fine. But
All right.
I think we should try to. Do you want to go check it out? Honestly, I'm kind of interested as well.
I have to. I feel I have to. And he'll start to walk forward.
All right. And as we're walking, Amari is going to just keep scanning his eyes around. He's going to try to find the others. Specifically Darminicus, though.
Okay. The both of you can make perception rolls.
Yep.
Okay. I'm hoping I do see him so I could just walk up next to him.
Sup, dude?
Howdy, partner.
Yeah.
What's going on in these parts?
You both look around. You guys don't see anyone else from the party except for Sir Markus, kind of kneeling down in the center of the crossroads with men kind of around him with his arms in his back.
Amari, he's not going to be in the front of the crowd. He's kind of towards the back, but with a gap, I guess, to see towards the center.
Nahon is going to be forcing his way closer. Making sure that his head stays steady so no one touches his fucking horns. And yeah, so Nahon just kind of sees this and grits his teeth.
You both see Markus with his hands behind his back, and two horsemen kind of make their way through the crowd. As you both recognize, one is Sir Evan Cade, and the other is Lord Baccus. And he kind of they both step off of the horses, and Baccus has extremely dark leather boots with most of his clothing is dark, but he looks like he is ready for kind of an outdoor hunt, while everybody else is ready for a fight. And as Lord Baccus walks towards Markus, kind of just looks at him, kneels down to him a little bit. I've had enough of this, dog. Kneels back up, or he stands back up.
Not a dog.
You are a dog. You always have been. One I cannot beaten into submission, just like Talion.
Don't mention Talion. Talion is 10 times the man you are.
He just slaps you, and he has one hand that is an iron gauntlet.
So Markus rears with the hit. He spits blood, and then he turns his head and looks at him.
Is Markus tied down?
Yeah, he's got his hands behind his back.
Is
Kind
there? Is he being held down to something?
No, he's not being held down to anything. He's just
On his
kneeling.
knees.
Yeah, I assume because there's so many knights surrounding him.
Yeah, there's a
Probably can't go
bunch.
anywhere.
Yeah, there's a bunch of knights everywhere.
Surrounding him.
Amari standing next towards Nahon. He's going to look over towards him. This is awful.
Owen's teeth is good, and he has this look of anger on his face. He's kind of like the moment that his eye starts scanning the knights, it returns to more of an average kind of look. But Nahon is looking over this.
Amari, he folds his arms across his chest, kind of pushes his shoulders back because he's much larger now, being that he's a different look. He looks a lot more stocky, and he just kind of tilts his head back and stares forward at Markus. He has a lot softer look in his eye. Like he kind of feels, he feels bad for him.
Nahon kind of like he speaks so softly that only Amari can hear him. I could not watch this.
I don't.
And as you guys say that, you both witness a very beautiful woman that you recognize walk out of the crowd and up to Lord Baccus and whispers in his ear. And then turns around, walks over to Markus and just starts pounding his face with the iron gauntlet.
Amari's going to turn away. At that point, he doesn't want to watch that.
The crowd just starts to rear and cheer.
Nahon's fist kind of starts to clench, kind of like in a claw shape. He starts gritting his teeth. This look of anger entering his eyes.
Amari's going to reach over and place his hand on top of Nahon's, like his shoulder. I can tell you're getting angry, Nahon. You need to calm down.
We cannot accept it.
Just
we cannot allow this to him.
Baccus then just spits on the Lord Marcus's face after he had don't.
Not allow this to him.
Oh, I'm aware that you don't want this to happen.
Dealt 22 damage to your face. He hit you that many times.
If we act, it would only give away our position.
Yes,
Let's just leave.
You go. I can escape. He can escape.
No. We need to leave. Plus, you have the crystal on you. If Lord Baccus gets his hands on you, that's his primary directive.
This point, Markus is he's still tied, and he fell down, and he's trying to get up back on his knees.
Baccus just kicks him down to the ground again.
He's
down, dog.
Saving him as possible.
Amari is gonna squeeze his shoulder. No, he tried to do the exact same thing to you less than an hour ago, or a few hours ago.
And then Baccus just walks over, gives you one more good straight punch in the face. He rears back up. You're no longer one of my knights. You're no longer a knight. You're now just a dog. He kind of extends his arms out to the crowd. Have at him! And a bunch of ruffians just run out and start running at Markus and just start grabbing all of his armor and just start stripping him and taking all of his stuff.
Are they hurting him?
No, you just see people just taking his boots, taking his armor, taking his gauntlets.
Nahon, he opens his mouth, taking a breath, but once he sees that they're not hurting him, pauses, takes a breath.
Amari, he's standing there. He has his head turned, and he's looking at Markus and the crowd that's rushing at him through the corner of his eye. And then he motions back towards Nahon. That is a time for the saving. But I think Forresty needs to hit rock bottom and realize that he does not have to look up to a lord and get the appreciation from him.
He's already
Instead,
realized
for
that.
himself.
Look at him.
I am aware.
Did you see the way he fought?
And as the crowd strips him and takes everything from him, he lies there kind of fumbling with his trousers, bleeding from his face. Baccus just walks over and kicks him in the chest and says, "Now try to live without me, dog. Live without purpose. Live in shit." And he gets up and climbs on his horse, and the horse walks over, and the horse then just begins to poop, kind of right in front of Markus, and the whole crowd just begins to laugh and erupt in laughter. Baccus just says, "Ugh," and then just trots away. And Evan, you both see Evan K just kind of looking down at the sight and just a little bit disgust. Half of the soldiers are a little appalled, and half are kind of enjoying the sight. But the crowd dies down, and everybody just starts to disperse.
What is that? Is Marcus just laying there now? Or what? I should ask Karim, what is he doing?
Yeah, I think he's unconscious, right? Or is he not?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
He wouldn't knock you
Is
unconscious.
he still tight?
Yeah, he's still tied up.
He's trying with the last. He has no energy left at all. He's still trying to get up on his knees and rolls into the dirt.
Are the soldiers still watching?
They're gone. Everybody left.
Everybody's gone.
Everybody just left him
Good.
there, yeah.
All right. So once
Amari's
everybody's
actually
gone,
he's probably going to approach with Nahon.
yeah, Nahon is going to do that too.
You take 22 points of damage, Markus.
Again? 22 more?
Well, no, you did. Did you subtract it? No, this is the wrong one. That's what it is.
Yeah, he's trying to get back on his knees, but he has a very hard time doing that. He's almost moving in slow motion.
Amari, along with Nahon, he's gonna start approaching you. When he gets about he's gonna pretty much walk up on you. I guess me and Nahon, right? Yeah, we're gonna walk up on you.
Yeah, together.
And Amari, seeing your struggle, he's gonna kind of crouch down. He's gonna not put a knee down or whatever, but he's gonna crouch down, ass on heels type crouch, and he kind of tilts his head to see if he can get you to look up at him.
He looks up. His eyes are his face is swollen. One eye is completely closed, and the other one is barely open.
You look like you've been through it.
Not saying anything. Still trying to get up.
Nahon will step forward, kind of scoop his arm under Marcus's armpit, and pull him up.
Yeah, he gets up. He can't hardly stand.
Amari will.
You guys are still in your disguises, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're on your knees now, right?
Yeah.
Nahon,
Amari, go ahead.
Nahon is trying to pull him up.
Yeah. I assume you pulled him up to his feet.
Yeah, pulled him up to his feet.
Yeah,
I'll help you actually.
He sways back and forth.
And as soon as that happens, Amari kind of he steps in front of you, and he reaches his hand up and presses 2 fingers to your forehead. And he's gonna cast Prestidigitation on you just to clean up the cuts and bruises and dirt that you've managed to accumulate on yourself.
Just untie me.
Untie you.
Just untie me. I'm fine.
You are not.
You're not fine. You just got the shit kicked out of you in the middle of the city.
You enjoyed the show?
No.
No.
You're very
Despite
few.
what you may think, Marcus, I am not cruel.
Neither am I. I care about you. I can tell that you have purpose. You're just lost.
He looks at you like, "Who the fuck are you guys?"
I'm not gonna drop the spell. I mean, we really can't, but I'm just gonna kind of.
Yeah. Petra's the one focusing on it.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm just gonna kind of look at him, look at his expression, kind of grin. Like,
I see you did enjoy it.
no, Marcus, you are still slow as you were.
Arrogant. Stupid.
At this point, he just pauses and looks at the person that just said that. Focuses a little bit. Then like shakes it off. Just do me a favor and time me. Take this from here.
What are you going to do when we untie you?
Just untie me. What do you care?
Unless you tell me what your plans are after you get untied. Where are you going to go?
I'm gonna wash the shit off my face.
I could take care of that for you.
There are times when we need to do these things alone. He kind of looks over to Amari, kind of like tilts his head over and says quietly, I'm going to tell him. Do you mind?
Amari, he looks over at you as well, but he takes a deep breath. And it's kind of shaky, as if he's nervous, quizzical, and he's like questioning the thought of whether or not we should. But when he exhales, he kind of just tilts his chin down a few times. Looks back towards Markus.
Seriously, Marcus. The reason why we did this in the first place is because we saw what you did not. Your Lord is cruel. He will throw you away as he done.
That's how it is. Fail.
Did you deserve that, Marcus? Him rubbing your loss in your face of your friend? And calling you a dog? Do you really think you deserve that?
I failed. Whoever you are. I failed. If you fail, you get punished.
You should learn from your failures and mistakes. You should not be punished for them.
No one
That is the
fails on
one
purpose.
thing that I learned back in the university. You never should be punished for failure. You should learn from it and try to improve.
Okay, who are you two? Why are you talking to me?
Because, Markus, I just watched you get your ass beat in the middle of a city, and then...
By the men you worship.
I do not worship anything.
Well, then why are you so concerned with what he thinks of you?
Some things, just who you are.
It's not
You
how
take
you have
that
to be.
away, and you're nothing. Right
Marcus, I'm already nothing.
I'm already nothing as well.
And you know what? Sometimes that is best you can be, because when you are nothing, you can do everything.
You have
can
nowhere to
create-
go. If you have nowhere to go, the only direction is up, especially if you're at the rock bottom. I've been there a few times myself, and the only direction is to build on yourself and become a different person, a better person.
That
You
is
do not have to be this.
That is the craziest shit I've ever heard. What does that
And you
even
know
mean?
what? He's gonna kind of like shove your shoulder back and kind of like step forward after you.
So he almost fell there.
Yeah. Nahon kind of like steps forward, kind of like he's staring you down, not seeming aggressive but firm. He says, "We was there at the battle. We saw you, knight in shining armor, the very ideal of what you wish to be. We saw you fight off 3 orcs, each as big as you, if not bigger, each wielding more weapons than you. And what did you do? You stood in the way. The only reason why that town still stands is because of you, Markus, and your bravery. Because you stood in the face of others and told them no.
Now look at you. Your face is covered in shit. Do you really think that you have to live up to Lord Baccus' expectations every single day of your life? You're your own man, Markus. You can build on that. You can be your own man. You don't have to report it to a cruel lord every single day of your life. You're not working for him. Work for yourself. Work for your own personal gain. You don't have to report to him.
You two are not from around here, are you?
Does it matter where we're from?
Yes. Because you don't know what you're talking about. Here, the lords decide everything.
Not
Who are you,
everyone.
by the way?
Then don't
Oh.
be here, Markus. Don't be here. Leave.
I
Come
am.
with us. Leave. Come with us. Go somewhere else. Go to the Empire. It doesn't matter.
That is exactly what I want. This is no longer my home.
No.
Markus, what do you plan to do? Please tell me. I truly want to know.
Why? Why do
Because
you want to know?
despite what you may think, despite the way that you have slighted me and everyone else,
Who are you?
I care about you.
I have never
Doesn't
done.
D-
What have I done to you? I don't remember.
You have
Have
put
I?
your blade at our neck and acted not as you should.
think really hard about it, Markus. Look at me. Listen to my voice. Listen to his voice. Think about it.
Look, is it seriously that hard? Seriously, I talked to him and I'm not disguising anything.
I'm not disguising my voice either, but maybe he's just confused.
Here I thought like my voice was very distinct and seriously.
Honestly, I do too, but now that he's acting
All
like
the
this,
way from Mayette, and what am
do I
I? Just
sound
He's trying to
do
listen.
I sound like any other street peddler? I mean, do I just sound like a normal person? I don't think I do. I feel like I have a pretty different.
He's
Maybe
looking
it's just
back
me,
and forth
or
and
I don't
back
know.
and forth.
seriously, if I had my teeth right now, he'd be see them grinning. It's
Right,
fucking-
your horns and everything. If you could look at me,
Really?
I'm not usually this
Have
strong. I'm
you
not this
ever
built.
been beaten by a iron fist? I can't hear
Yes.
shit.
That is actually kind of a point.
Okay,
Nahon.
well, I'll give you that.
Seriously, took you that long to figure it out?
And
You-
Amari kind of dips his head in your direction, and I am Amari.
Oh. I thought you left town.
We're going to.
Fleeing from you.
Smart.
Here we are, Markus, standing in front of you,
Why?
trying to give you a reason, a direction. Because, like
I
said,
almost killed him.
I'm aware you almost killed me as well.
Hmm.
I would have, yes.
You know what, Marcus? I've died once already. It's not that bad.
I don't understand this. Why pull me up? If there was one of you, I will probably be the one doing the beating.
Why do you think I've not untied you yet?
Markus, that very well could be what makes us so different. Perhaps this is your time to change. You don't have to be the stalwart knight that reports to the Lord and
But
be
I am not
your own
anymore.
person.
No longer
Good.
a knight.
Honestly, to be honest with you, I think it would help you. I think it's going to help your leagues.
No. I've been
What
a
do you
knight my
think?
whole life. And
You
without
still
that,
can be a knight.
under whose lord? Under whose rule?
Amari just takes his finger and points it towards yourself.
That's not how it works.
Make it work.
Perhaps not knight, but veteran, warrior. Titles does not mean everything. Deeds
Vigilante.
and words say so. You can be a good person without working for somebody above. Granted, I am a terrible person, not working for anybody, but it's not as if you have to follow my example.
You know that you two are in danger here. You're still.
And yet we are still here. By choice. Because from the moment I met you, Marcus, I see possibility. And I do not mean that badly. You can be what you wish to be. That knight that destroys creatures of darkness, true creatures of darkness. You can be that. I saw it in you at the battle.
What about that man Talion? He's not known for being a knight of Lord Baccus. He's known for being a knight for himself. He's powerful in his own right. And you could be the same.
Don't know anything about Talion. Talion, he was a good knight. He was my friend.
Marcus, you are a good knight. And let me tell you something. Those nights that you and I spent together, late, sitting under the cart and staring at the stars and talking for hours on end about anything, those are the times that I remember the most. And those are the times that show me that you have the true emotion inside of you. You have the power to be your own knight. You can be your own person. I don't know why you try to put on this facade all the time.
Because what are we without duty? What are we without?
You can
discipline?
You can still have all of that duty, discipline, but discipline yourself. You don't need a lord to do that for you. Well, then learn, okay?
I don't know how the world works without it. Don't you understand?
Without order, you have lived your entire life under it. You know no other way, is that it?
There is no other way for me. It's either that or nothing. Right now, there is nothing.
How did you learn to swing a blade? If I gave you shield right now, would you be able to use it?
Of course.
Things can be learned, Marcus. That child I saw on the rooftops, how do you think he learned how to use bow? I saw him pointing that thing at my chest. Could have hit me.
Because I told him to. Did he
But
even
how did
fire
he
it?
learn? No.
He nodded and smiled. That he did not. I was about to corrupt him like I was corrupted. Just wanted him to go away. He kept following me. The only thing I could do was to teach him what how I've been taught. I didn't want to do that.
Why don't you take him, Marcus? Why don't you allow him to follow you?
No.
Show him. Show him a different way.
I am not a knight. I cannot give him what he wants. Not even with the title, I cannot.
Well, what if you take him back to his lord and try to get under his lordship? What if you were a knight for him? He seems to have a decent enough master. Could he not be yours as well?
I think I want to do something.
What is your plan then?
Going to Zadash. The war needs more men. I know they recruit. I will find my purpose there.
You will die there. You know that, won't you?
Body dies.
True.
I'd rather die with a sword in my hand than laying in the dirt, spitting shit out of my mouth.
Look at you, Marcus. This picture of a man, not a knight, but a man, standing in front of me, defying the man that he worshipped. Standing, despite all this. Never mind that you had my help. You wish to stand, and that is what matters. Perhaps that boy, what he looks up to, maybe is a title, but perhaps what he really sees in you is the man you are. No matter what, every time you get hit, I have never seen you lay there. Not for a second. You get back up. Why?
Perhaps that's just the knight in you, but in all honesty, the way I see it, it's your amazing persistence. That might be what makes you such a good warrior. The ability to not lay down, to continuously get back up every single time you're hit. If it was me that just got my face bashed in the middle of the street, I would have been still laying there in the shit.
He would be outside, yes.
Okay, well, shut up.
Oh, he's right. Right. What are you two gonna do now? Need to
Run.
leave, you know that. He will still look for you.
Going to leave today with the stone, the crystal. We're going to take it somewhere else and try to either destroy it or hide it.
You still have it on you. He looks at Nahon.
Yes, he didn't, but yes.
This is dangerous. That is not.
Very. That is why I was to do it. Marcus, if Baccus gets that crystal,
I
something
understand.
very bad will.
No. I know.
I have seen it.
What?
I'm not sure exactly of its nature, but nothing good. At least this city, gone. Every life within it, either under his rule or gone. I'm not sure which. Probably under his rule. No, yeah. Marcus, you are. I wish to give you a chance. And I do not care that you helped lay to my Thora. Do you know how many people have done that to me?
Right, and you also tried to swing at me at one point, and
right.
Well,
he bows his head at this point. I don't know what to say. Do not deserve this.
Don't say anything, Marcus. Here, and Amari's going to reach into his coin pouch. He's going to take out 10 gold pieces, which should be enough to help you get out of the city and up to Zadash with some food and hotels or inns, because you just got fucking jacked. So
You just got fucking shit.
I'm gonna hold out the 10 gold in my hand. Please, will you please take this from me as just a parting gift? I wish to see you again someday, and I hope that when I do, you're a different person.
He looks at the pouch and his eyes like tear up. Then he slowly grabs it. He just holds it in his hands and stare at it.
That is the man you are, Marcus. And you know what? I find it good that you feel. That you truly do still feel after all. If you did not, I would not believe in you. Simple as that.
Nobody ever stops feeling bad things.
Yes.
When you have innocent blood on your hands. Nothing goes away.
No. Scars remain in body and soul.
Marcus, honestly, what you experienced here today will likely stay with you for the rest of your life. But the way that you handle it, the way you decide to take away what you learned here, what we're talking to you about, that is going to determine the man you become in the future. And I truly hope that you take away from this a positive note, because you really can become whoever you want to be. You don't have to continue this way.
There people on the street?
People. There's a few people. It's getting a little later, and that was like kind of a shitty little corner. Okay. People just kind of gathered because they knew there was going to be a public display.
Yeah. As Amari is talking, Nahon is going to dig into his own corn patch.
No. I am truly sorry for what I did.
There is different option.
He looks at
It
you.
will take some time, but I trust you enough. You can come with us. Make it right, if you wish.
I was going to say this, but imagine the look on Bacchus's face whenever you are the one that foils his plans, that shows him that you are not the knight that he called a dog just a few minutes ago.
It would be amazing, honestly.
I would probably shit my pants of laughter. That would be so funny.
He starts thinking about it.
Gods, I cannot wait for that.
Okay.
Are you certain? I do not wish. I joke, but your choice is your own.
Where are you going?
I think.
Well, we're going to hop on a ship, probably in just a few hours, and set sail out in the ocean. I'm not sure the direction we're going to go, but we'll end up somewhere.
Safest place will be in the Empire. Does not have much influence there, and he does not venture in there.
Right, but I assume that Lord Baccus is watching the gates as much as possible. So the docks seem to be their only way out. So if we're able to get out of Nicodranas, we're going to land in some other port somewhere, and then probably make our way back to the Empire.
Sadly, I cannot tell you any more details until you say so. Sorry about that.
Oh, I deserve.
You are angry, furious. I do not blame you.
I don't know if I am. Honestly. I knew what comes with fear. Every time, just this time was public. This isn't the first time it happened.
That man rules through fear. I sensed it the first time I saw him. I knew when you joined us, I knew what you were. Afraid of him.
Yes.
He
The only
knows.
one. I'll go with you. You.
Amari, at that point, is going to hold out his hand in your direction, and he's going to wait for you to grab it. And as soon as you do, he's going to kind of cock a smile and say, "You may come, but only if you promise. You have to look me in the eyes when you make this promise. You're one good eye, not the one that's swollen, but you have to promise not to swing your sword at me again. If you do it, I will have to kill you."
Yes, please.
He looks at you. I never say anything I don't mean.
Alright, I mean, come on. I am tiefling is understandable. Him, though? Come on.
Look at me. I'm just a wizard, a small wizard boy.
He's human.
I promise. All right, I promise.
Good.
You guys, you talk too much.
And sometimes.
Yeah. Come on, we have to have little fun.
Yeah, especially. Here, let me clean you up a bit. You look like ass.
Let him do that himself. He needs it.
If you're sure. But, Markus, just before we go, I also want you to make a promise, not to me, or to Nahon, or to anyone else, except for yourself. I want you to look deep within inside of yourself and decide who you are. Not a knight, not somebody that belongs to somebody else. You're not under any service anymore. You belong to you, okay? And I ask humbly that you look inside of yourself and find who it is that you are and who it is that you want to become. And strive every day to become that person. Just like me. Every day I wake up, I try my very best to become a better wizard than I was yesterday. And I want you to do the same, but in your own way.
And as for me, Marcus, I will not lie, I understand your pain. I am furious at the world too, but instead of lashing out, I smile. I have fun. I enjoy what I do. Except the thief thing, that's shitty. But point is, I use my fury to change the world around me to my image. As you can see, all of this is because of that. In fact, it scares me how much that happens, but screw it.
I'm gonna reach my hand out and I'm gonna grab Marcus's shoulders and like shake him. Use that rage, Marcus. Wake up every day. Pound out push-ups, sit-ups, work out. Use the fire inside of you for a better purpose. Use it to show the Marcus and yourself that you're not the man that he once was, the one he called a dog. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not a,
No, you're not a dog. So show him that. And show yourself that.
And if you will be with us, then I think you'll probably need armor because we have way of attracting trouble.
yeah, you tell me.
Seriously.
Well, we can probably get you some armor, but I don't know if I could get anything that is as strong and as durable as what you once had.
Let me see. I have some weapons around here somewhere.
He grabs Nahun's hand when he was about to look for it, and he looks him like deep in the eyes, like with a genuine look. I've really been that wrong.
Possibly. Maybe it's because you decided to never try to figure it out.
He kind of like closes his eyes and there's like this pain look on his face. I have done terrible things, Marcus, but betraying Amari is the least of that. But I try to do better every day. What I was not lying about was the redemption part.
But you did
That
not.
I wish to have.
You did not betray. You took something dangerous away from him. You made sure that it didn't fall into the wrong hands.
I still hurt him. All of you.
Sometimes you need to.
Including
hurt.
you.
No, not as much as Baccus.
True.
Sometimes you need to hurt for the greater good.
There we go. Look at that. I knew you had that shit in you. Okay?
That's the knight speaking.
See? Good. Well, that's the good knight speaking. Okay? I
He's
don't
all
want to
you
hear
need.
any bullshit from you again. Okay? Like, I got my ass beat. I'm a dog. You know? No, none of that. Okay? You're a better person, and from now on, this is who you are. So just accept that.
There is good in you, Marcus. Forgiveness can be found. Maybe not for me, but you, possible.
Right. So, with that being said, go clean the shit off your face because it's probably going to start infecting the cuts you have. And we'll meet you just outside of the square here. And
Right, we need to
I
fucking go.
suppose it's alright. We need to leave. We've been standing here for like 30 minutes.
Oh, by the way,
take care of that.
The others are looking for you. You
Oh,
probably.
that's wonderful.
Last I saw them was he tried to describe where he saw them last. They were
Lesya
talking
is
about going to a
kill me.
temple.
Fuck that. Mayette is going to kill me. Okay.
Yes, she is. She
No,
said
Mayette's.
that.
Oh no.
Oh.
We have.
All right. I will take points.
Let's not go back. Let's not go back. Let's not. Let's
No,
just
no,
leave.
no.
Let's just.
You thought,
We have
you thought
to.
Lord Baccus was bad.
Motherfucker.
I will take it. I've done it before. She is probably going to stab me, but I will take point and you will be safe.
No, she won't. She's probably not what you believe of her either. I've been wrong about you. You're probably wrong about her. Maybe not.
You know what? I like them in
Mayette
you.
is definitely a curious case. So.
They were talking about going to the temple to get some clothes to disguise, but it changed.
Which
because-
one?
Which one was it?
Probably the Raven Queen. Or the.
Raven Queen.
Mhm.
Yeah, you would remember
Oh, yeah.
that.
What other fucking temple?
To the Raven Queen. That way. You won't miss it.
All right.
Amari glances over at Nahon and then back to Marcus. Are you going to come with us or meet us somewhere?
I'll meet you somewhere.
All right. Seriously though, you need this money. You need to buy armor. do not
No.
know if you have a weapon.
It's fine, just go.
Are you certain?
Yes.
All right.
Be
See you later,
safe.
Marcus. And if you go back to Baccus, I'm seriously going to be pissed.
If I go back to Baccus, I will never leave. He'll kill me right away.
That is true, yeah.
Alright. Let's go try to find the others. And that Amari's gonna turn around, walk away with Nahon, or by himself. Nahon's gonna come with him, but he's gonna go try to
Yeah.
find the others.
As he kind of turns away, Nahon's going to flick you with his tail, which is, by the way, invisible.
Well, like, I know you did it. I know you did it.
Good, good, very good. You're already getting better. I like it. He'll walk away.
He rips his the shirt, the arm of the shirt off, and then start cleaning himself with it, with great pain.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Lord Baccus.
I like it. Shit, no one needs to hear that because he'll say it literally every time.
Yeah, we're gonna make our way down towards the temple area, still disguised, and try to find him.
Pretty smart. All right. You three start heading your way down there. Darminicus, you've made your way to the docks now, and you're kind of like looking around to see if you have any sign of Ahab. So go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure thing. But also just that, but also like a what do you call it? Like a wharf master, you know what I mean? Like master of the docks too.
Oh yeah,
Any
yeah,
of the
you could
sorts.
probably find one as well. You look over. You're able to find the office perfectly, and then there you see a dwarf just kind of giving out directions and such. And in the office, there's just a bunch of different flags just being flown. You also see one of the Empire flag and a Menagerie Coast flag as well. But there's many different types.
Hello? Excuse me?
Hey, what can I do for you?
Hi. Good evening.
Hello? Hi.
I'm here in search of someone.
Who might that be?
They're a refugee from the Empire. It's a father, a mother, and a son. They came in here through a boat from Trostenwald, or the area of Trostenwald in the Empire. Have they come here?
Just looking at the list. No, they haven't. Which way were they coming up from? You talking about the river?
Yeah, they were taking the river from the Ustalak Lake, and they were gonna make the whole trip around.
Oof, that would take a while. When was the evacuation?
Oh shit. Maybe 14 days. That's a big guess.
Might be a month.
Really? Okay.
Water moves fast, but not that fast. It's a safer travel, though. No one's just gonna sneak up on you.
Well, if you do see them come by, please do greet them well. They've lost their homes, so please greet them well.
All right. Make a persuasion roll.
All right.
Or do you have gold?
I mean, if I choose one, I can't do the other.
You still might be able to do both.
All right.
Depending on if you roll like a nat 1 on the persuasion, he would probably be like, sounds a little weird.
17.
But yeah, no, he says, I can do that.
Thank you. In that case, are there any charters that are willing to ship us out? a group of people for travel.
Travel where?
To the islands outside of Nicodranus.
He gives a questioning look. Oh, you don't really go out to the islands unless you're excavating ruins and such. That's all you'll get there. Just beasts. Maybe some new treasure and such.
I see.
What are you looking for? Adventuring vessels?
We seek out strange landmarks on land, so
Strange landmarks.
right, my crew have heard of tales of ziggurats on an island somewhere outside of Nicodranus. And the brave bunch that we are, we would like to see it for ourselves and venture.
Well, I do know that there's one ship going out. Don't know if they're full or not. It's not that big of a ship. It's over there. He points to the one with green sails and a large kind of like there's like gold like embroidered around the edges of the or like the trim of the boat, and like the hull and most of it is all green and like this like darkish green or this emerald green. It has excuse me, as it has this kind of sleek design and kind of fast look to it. Yeah,
What's-
over there, the Emerald's Eye.
The Emerald Eye.
If I'm correct, they're still hiring.
Hiring? Oh. Thank you. And another thing too. Quick. If the Emerald Eye were to leave, you keep records of that, right?
Yes.
Ships leaving and docking.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
That's a very well-deserved job.
Only if you get to go ahead and work it. What's your name?
Darminicus.
Darminicus. My name is Watchmaster Den.
Den, like D-E-N.
D-E-N.
Oh.
Or D-H-E-N.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
That pleasure is mine. If you ever need anything, you know where to come to.
Then I would leave the office and just glance at the Emerald Eye.
Okay, you look at it. There seems to be a few people on deck, and the captain's quarters is lit, like has a little low light coming through the glass. Other than that, there's not too much activity.
Yeah, and for that, I will try to pop a. Oh crap! Does it look like there's anyone like bringing items in and out of the Emerald Eye? Anyone bringing objects in or bringing objects out?
Make a perception roll.
Okay.
You can see that there's people just bringing in supplies and such. But then you notice that there are people bringing in some weapons. You see
people bring in like a little bundle of muskets and place them on the deck, and you can see that they have three, or no, not three. Excuse me, about 5 cannons on the right side, and you probably assume it's the same on the lower deck, and probably about 3 on the top.
Okay. And yeah, and in this case, I will find a place to sit down with my eye on the emerald eye and keep my eye out for Yuriel, Lesya, or Mayette that may have seemed to be disguised somehow. So I'm trying to remember their general shape and try to see them eventually when they come by, if they come by.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pop a squat.
So you're gonna just sit and wait and just keep an
Yeah.
eye out. It is quite nice as you are just sitting and taking in the ocean breeze, and you're nice. It is nice to have this relaxing time now.
Yeah, and just a little bit too of me looking out at the ocean and then seeing like this is actually the closest I've been, because the other time I saw it was through the the balcony back at Lord Baccus's place, and now I'm like I'm technically here at the harbor now, and reflect on himself and reflect on the stories that he's told as a kid, and wishing that he was there with his brother. So
You see just kids playing together on the dock and everything, and like families gathering, taking their time out. But then you also see a bunch of grizzled men just working the dock and moving things around and making this a hustle and bustle at the same time. And it seems to almost never end, as it looks like there's this always dichotomy of people who are rushing and people who are just taking their time as well and enjoying. And as you were doing that, Lesya, Mayette, and Yuriel, you 3 are making your way up to the open quay. As you guys are walking through the streets, a beautiful human woman just kind of walks up towards you guys as in the middle of the streets and says, "Oh, excuse me, darling. I think you had dropped this letter. Here you go." And she kind of hands it to Lesya.
Fuck was that?
Does she stick around?
She
or-
just hands it to you, and then just like as soon as you look up, she's just gone.
I look at the letter.
Yuri immediately gets shy and like hides behind Mayette.
Pretty well.
It is the letter that Amari had written, or Amari had written. So I forget what it said. What did it say, Amari?
Oh man, I didn't prepare for that.
Nope.
It would be sort of cryptic, because I can't really think about like word for word what it would say. It would be cryptic. It would be a lot of him like probably making like references to stuff that they've done. He'd probably try to give himself as the guise of a nobleman coming from Alfield after a grand battle, and he's basically just trying to relocate his funds down into Nicodranus. And he's asking for a troop of the he's asking for a troop called the Heroes of the Marrow Valley to be as his guardians along this journey as he's going through Nicodranus, and he asks for you to meet him at a place near the water.
Nice.
Let's see here. Should I do like a roll to kind of interpret that?
No, it says that. It says by Lord like Huffleduffer.
No,
Yeah,
but,
it'd be
like,
it would be Lord.
I've seen Amari's handwriting.
Oh yeah,
before,
it's
right?
definitely his handwriting.
Yeah, it's
And he
definitely
actually, the way he signs his name is Lord fucking
Huffleduffer.
Lord Guldrin. He signs it exactly the way he would write. Not exactly, it's his signature, but like with that name. It's the way he writes.
Okay. Well, I know where to meet up with the others now.
Oh, yeah, you, find.
Amari has gotten us a letter.
Are you sure it's from him?
It's his handwriting.
Oh, that's good. What did it say?
We'll be meeting at the docks. That is
Oh.
the gist of it.
Funny, I've always wanted to see the ocean. Wonder if they remembered.
It's like we will be getting on that boat.
Oh. Yeah, great. Boats. Yay.
a boat?
Fun. Yeah.
Hmm.
Last time we were on a boat it didn't go so great. Yeah, you remember that.
What boat? Oh, boat?
Hopefully this time
Mhm.
there will not be undead zombie crabs.
Yeah. Hopefully we're going into
What?
a bigger body of water. Maybe there'll be undead giant sharks.
Sorry, where was this?
Oh, this was a while ago. Yeah.
It was at the Allfield. Like
Oh.
Gustalok.
Oh, alright. I did not know there were undead zombie crabs.
Yeah, we didn't either until they started like tearing the boat apart and we almost drowned.
Alright.
So anyway, if we're going on a boat, that means I'm picking up extra things from inside.
Hopefully people will listen to my advice to not stand near the edges this time.
Be a much bigger boat.
Much bigger.
That'll
We're
be much
gonna need
bigger
a
fish.
bigger boat.
And no armor.
Be a ship, not a boat.
We're gonna.
We're gonna die.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Some harpies are gonna fly in and throw one of us in the water. I'm gonna drown.
Fucking right. Yeah.
Who knows?
Alright, so I think we still have our plan to visit the temple. I have a different mode of questioning I have for the priests there.
Alright.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Let's keep going then. Hopefully you learn something. I'll probably just be running around grabbing a few supplies I need.
This
They were
kind of
everyone.
changes how I might interpret my vision.
Oh, do you want to be there with you?
If you would like.
What is your vision, if I can ask?
I saw a raven carrying the black crystal down to that island. At first I thought it meant that was where Nahon was heading. But if he is with Amari,
Oh.
then we will be... I think we are meant to take the stone there now. But I am not sure.
I see.
Perhaps there is something there that we need to
Well,
either
is,
remove the curse or destroy it.
he's a ziggurat, so I would say maybe they are
Divine magics there. Most
Aye.
What?
ziggurats are
temples.
very old temples
She's gonna pull out the little ziggurat in her pocket.
from
Be like,
before
"Oh, this
the
thing?"
no, much bigger, like actual
Oh,
temples
like yeah, I just used it to
from
catch up.
before the calamity and the Ishibakan, something like that.
Anyway, let us continue.
Yeah, sorry.
I would rather get off the streets right now.
Yeah, we're going to get very conspicuous. Alright, let's get going.
As you guys continue into the night, ocean air just hits you all, kind of cools you all off. And this is where we will end tonight's session.